only called timeout once.
I believe that is the case.
Yeah, so they did.
So here we go again.
Martin
The
Gramatica.
snapper is Garrett Cates.
Or Noah Gramatica, the younger Gramatica, rather.
Holder is the punter, Chase Leon. It's inside the right hash at the 42. 52-yard event. That's what he's going to try to do. Snap down, kick on the way. It's got plenty of distance. But he missed it!
Game over!
Tigers have upset the 18th-ranked Bulls 34-31. The season has been saved.
Game over. Game, set, match, Memphis. Listen to the crowd.
Bedlam here. The Tigers are now 7-1. The Bulls are 6-2. The Tigers are 3-1. The Bulls are 3-1. And the Tigers have the tie break. If it comes down to getting into a championship game, everybody's going to forget about the bummer in Birmingham now. This one was a blazer the right way. This one was a Tiger win, 34-31. What a ball game. The Tigers outscore South Florida 17-0 in the fourth quarter.
This score is going to go out across ESPN, across all the wires. All the score agencies are going to put it on Twitter, and they're going to see Memphis pulls off the upset at the Sim.
Our side, and it is overshot. Intended target Tracy. Closest man there was Lutmer, the nickelback, and that ball wasn't near the receiver, and it'll be a punting situation for Minnesota, who moved the ball 5 yards on the opening drive.
It's too bad. I think that Drake's going to wish that he had that ball a little bit farther on the outside. He did have the receiver where he wanted him, but he just kind of led him in the wrong direction on that play. So hard to make that completion.
I like the downfield shot, though. I think you have to take a few of those against these guys and hope you hit on a couple. Deep is Weegan, and we mentioned he's an excellent return man. 25.9 yards per punt return. He had a 95-yard punt return on this field against UMass. And here is the punt by Weston, returnable. This is Weegan, and you can hear the crowd wanting to see if he can do something, trying to get outside to the 30, to the 35, and a 12-yard return out to about the 38-yard line. So it'll be Iowa ball there when we come back. M Health Fairview is Minnesota's home of the most top docs and was just recently recognized as having 4 of the top-ranked hospitals in the state. Visit mhealthfairview.org to learn about world-class care you deserve right in your backyard. Good field position for Iowa from its own 38. They lead 7-0, and they'll have it when we come back. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Lear Field.
At CHS, we know what it takes to feed and fuel the world, to integrate a global ag and energy supply chain, to advocate for farmers in their fields and around the world, to build communities, invest in rural America, and empower rural economies. It takes courage, conviction, commitment. It takes the nation's leading farmer-owned cooperative. It takes a co-op. It takes CHS.
Wouldn't it be great if every time you bought a cup of Holiday coffee, you got credit toward a free cup? And wouldn't it be great if that worked on other stuff at Holiday too? Well, join the club, Holiday Rewards. It's so easy. Just enter your phone number at checkout and you're in the club. We'll track your purchases toward free fountain drinks, coffee, cookies, sandwiches, hot dogs, and more. So don't forget to enter your phone number at checkout to join the club. Holiday Rewards, here for you at Holiday. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Why should your business bank with North American Banking Company? Here's Austin Bartz of Bartz Lawn and Landscape and Bartz Snow Sculptures.
I started banking with North American, I think, 3.5 years ago. All the people know me by name. I know them by name. It's fun to come into the bank and actually talk to somebody you know. So I made the switch and I'm very happy. It's the best bank I've ever been at.
To learn more about North American Banking Company, go to nabankco.com. That's nabankco.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Mike Grimm for Washburn-McCreevy Funeral Chapels and Cremation Services, proudly serving the community for over 165 years. Everyone at Washburn-McCreevy is proud to support head coach P.J. Fleck and the Golden Gophers this football season. Since 1857, Washburn-McCreevy has put a focus on life. Let them help you design your healing experience. Gather, remember, and rejoice. Visit washburnmccreevy.com. Mark Gronowski has the touchdown first drive for Iowa. That snapped nearly a 100-minute touchdownless streak for Gopher opponents. It wasn't since the first half of the Purdue game, almost 6 full quarters and 96-plus minutes. The Gophers had not allowed a touchdown, but on the opening drive they did. The Gophers 3 and out, and now Iowa with Moulton in the backfield, under center Gronowski. He's out of Naperville, Illinois. South Dakota State won a national title there, and last year here in Iowa. And it's a handoff to Moulton. Big hole right side, barely tripped up by Baranowski, and a gain of 9 as he stumbles forward to the 47-yard line.
One of the great traditions they have at Iowa is that offensive and defensive line, and right now we're seeing that offensive line doing a nice job of paving the way, and the tight ends and H-backs also doing a nice job blocking there, picking up 9 yards on first down.
2nd and 1 from the 47. Pistol formation this time. Moulton again the running back to the left. That's the wide side. Weegan the receiver that way. And he wants to throw, and he does, and he gets it to Weegan. Weegan puts on a move down the sideline. He gets away from Nestor, and he gets away from Brown, but he stepped out of bounds and then eventually got tripped up at the 25. And Iowa was just cutting through this Gopher defense.
Well, you know what works, Mike, is when you have the running game going the way it's going, then the play action works. And right there, a little bit of play action, get the ball to Weegan on the perimeter, one-on-one in space. Receivers should win that every time. And Weegan makes a quick, nice little move on Nestor and gets out the perimeter, almost gets to the end zone.
He's disappointed coming to the sideline. He thought he should have scored on that play, but he was tight-roping down there, and Brown made a good enough chuck there, kind of a hip check to have him step out of bounds. First down from the 25 of Minnesota. This is Iowa with Gronowski with Moulton behind him. Under center is Gronowski. It's a toss sweep, and the whole line of scrimmage moves to about the 21 and a gain of 4. Devin Eastern hauls him in, the Shakopee product. It'll be a 2nd and 6. Under 7 minutes to go. Minnesota's run 3 plays in this first quarter, and Iowa is on the march again, leading 7-zip.
Certainly on the march, and what you just don't see with that Iowa offensive line is penetration against it. Even there, most majority stalemates across the line, but just a little bit of movement, and then it's the back's job to pick up a few yards, and there Moulton does it, picks up 4 yards.
Vanderzee and Gill wide to the left. That's the wide side of the field. The tight end that way as well. That's large. One receiver right is Anderson. Hand off to Moulton. Huge hole again. He's got close to the first down. It'll be a yard short. Baranowski drags him down, and now a 3rd down and a long one. In fact, we'll call it 2. 3rd and 2 here for Iowa.
It's like one of the Iowa offensive linemen, Bo Stevens, getting up a little bit gingerly on that play, but the counter play, Moulton there, does a nice job of settling his feet and just picking up 2, making this a 3rd down and manageable. And this, Mike, is the perfect situation where we have to pay attention to Gronowski. This is you think about the play action, you think about the short pass, and then you know what he does? He hangs on to the ball to pick up the first down. So whoever's spying on him, it's got to pay attention.
In fact, it's an empty backfield and an extra offensive lineman, Leighton Jones, now in. So the jumbo pack, and it's a quarterback keep all the way. He's hit and very close. I think he's just short. He got a yard and a half. Eastern was the first man to stack it up, and you got to figure they'll go for it here on 4th and about a foot. And they do keep the offense out there. Xavier Williams will come in. McNeil will come out, and the crowd likes the idea of going for it here in Iowa City. 4th and less than a yard on the season. Iowa on 4th down, 6 of 9, and this is real short. You got to figure we're looking at quarterback sneak here. Gronowski under center, sends a tight end in motion. They push him. He's hit, and let's see. They spot it right on the 15-yard line, and that will be, I think that is about the line to gain. You can't tell for sure with the chain on the far side. If it's an inch past the 15, it's going to be short. Nope, they give it a first down. So it'll be a first down. And from the 15, Iowa gets a new series.
Gronowski, 235 pounds, pretty tough to stop him and that offensive line of Iowa there. Nice push by Iowa.
Crowd coming to life. They show a kid on the scoreboard that says it wasn't a fair catch, and we're all in agreement. It was not called a fair catch. It was not ruled a fair catch. I don't know how many times we have to say it. 1st and 10 from the 15. Wide side to the left. 2 receivers that way for Iowa. Already ahead 7-0. And it's a keeper by Gronowski. Hit in the backfield, trying to break a tackle, and a good job by the Gophers to wrap him up, and a loss of 1 back at the 16-yard line. Won't count as a sack, I don't think. Kingsbury, the first man there. It'll be a tackle for a loss because he was a runner, I think, on that all the way.
Well, Kingsbury and also Anthony Smith, and that's one of the things that happened on that last drive. When you have a quarterback like Gronowski, everyone's got to pay attention to him. You got to maintain leverage on him. You have Gronowski, you have Kingsbury, you have Devin Eastern. They all got to maintain leverage on the quarterback because he is their #1 rushing threat.
Gophers with some late subs here on 2nd and 11 from the 16. 3:40 to go in a fast-paced first quarter. 7-0 Iowa. They're trying to knock on the door again. It's play action. Slant over the middle. Nearly intercepted. Nestor cut the route off in front of Anderson. And it'll bring up a second. They'll make it a 3rd and 11. Boy, that ball was a little too low. Otherwise, Nestor would have had his 4th pick of the season.
And again, that ball was, yeah, you're right, almost a pick, but also the play action is what, gave us that room underneath. The linebacker drives on that. Nestor does a nice job of breaking on that ball underneath him. Maybe not quite picking off. It's a better throw. He picks it off. It wasn't a very good throw.
3rd and 11. Williams now the back in the backfield. Wide side to the left. 3 receivers that way. Tight end to the right. Gronowski barking signals. Devin Eastern out of the game. He's in the injury tent. We'll get an update in a moment. Gronowski to throw. Waits. Pressure comes. Looking. Fires toward the back of the end zone. And again, a wide throw. And Kerry Brown, just excellent coverage. Kerry Brown, a great coverage moment. Sponsored by Securian Financial. Insurance and retirement coverage on a confident financial future. And Kerry Brown a year ago in the game up in Minneapolis against Iowa had a real nice night with 11 tackles in that loss last year.
Also, Kerry just aggressive there. I like the aggressiveness of Kerry Brown on that play. I got to jump in this guy's hip pocket. Might be a little bit of contact there. Maybe there's a little bit. It's incidental. And forces kind of a bad throw there.
Here's the kick. It's on the way, and a 34-yard field goal is good. So they get a field goal out of it, but the Gophers stiffen, and they don't give up the touchdown. Double-digit lead, though, early here for the black and gold, taking on the maroon and gold. 10-0 Hawkeyes with 3:20 to play in this first quarter. Right now, it's time for an affiliate salute presented by Minnesota Corn. Proud to create opportunities for family farmers while enhancing the quality of life for rural communities and all Minnesotans. Learn more at mncorn.org. 10 seconds on the Gopher Radio Network. Gophers trail 10-0. They'll get the football when we come back. 3:20 to go. Opening quarter from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Know what the happiest bird is? Chicken. Cub fried chicken. Wait, let me rephrase that. Know what bird makes people happiest? Cub fried chicken.
Crispy, crunchy, juicy, perfectly seasoned. It's the kind of chicken that disappears faster than you can say, 8-piece, please. Or, let's be real, maybe 12-piece. Because when it comes to fried chicken, more just means more happy. So if you're shopping chicken, shop Cub fried chicken and shop happy.
United Healthcare is a proud presenting partner of the 2026 Special Olympics USA Games because we share their vision of a world where everyone belongs and ability triumphs. We stand with the Special Olympics athletes, families, and communities as a proud supporter, just as we stand with our members every step of their journey of health, because we know what it means to have a personal cheering section and supporter on your side when you move through life's obstacles and get back into the race. United Healthcare, your hometown healthcare plan.
With corn rootworm costing farmers up to $1 billion a year, you need the right strategy. Introducing Durastack trait technology, featuring 3 powerful modes of action to strike corn rootworm at full force, outsmart, outmaneuver, and outmatch their every move with the industry's first triple BT protein stack built for corn rootworm control. Take back your yield potential. Make your move at Durastack.com. Available for the 2027 season.
Looking for a new spot to watch the Gophers golf year-round or celebrate special occasions? Launchpad Golf is now open in Prior Lake right next to Mystic Lake Casino Hotel. As proud sponsors of Gopher Athletics, we feature heated golf suites with innovative technology, exceptional food and beverages, and big screens for every game. Whether you're perfecting your swing, having a fun night out, or cheering on the maroon and gold, Launchpad Golf is your new entertainment destination.
Live from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher Football.
10-0, Iowa the lead, 3:20 to go here first quarter. Hawkeyes with 121 yards on their opening 2 drives, a touchdown and a field goal. Minnesota just 5 yards on 3 plays and a punt. Here's a kick to Parrish. He's going to bring it out 3 yards deep, center of the field. Trying to center the football, has a bit of a seam and then swarmed over at the 15-yard line. No, he never did go down. In fact, after that, it cost him a yard. He got knocked down but landed on a Hawkeye, bounced up at the 15, and actually they now will progress him out to the 15. So that's where Minnesota will take over. This Hawkeye team is so good on special teams that one might say, why would you do that? But I think if you're Coy Parrish, anytime the ball's in his hands, you roll the dice with him maybe popping a big play.
No, I agree. I think, Coy is, especially now, he feels even a little bit more not really he's not going to play very much on offense, so if he gets a chance to return a punt or a kickoff, he's going to take that shot and try to make a play.
Big drive here, sneaky big drive early, DT. You can't go 3 and out again here. Lindsey to throw on a straight drop, not a play action, fires down the near sideline, intercepted. He threw it right to Zach Lutmer down the sideline. He's inside the 10, breaks a tackle at the 5, and it's a pick 6, and it's 16-0. Throw into double coverage, and as Iowa has done now, that is 8 turnovers they've forced in the last 4 games and 1 quarter. And this one turns into a pick 6 down the sideline, double coverage, and the throw went right to Lutmer, his 2nd interception of the year.
I think Drake was trying to throw that ball up and get it over the top, and that ball just hung up there a little bit. I don't think it was hung up in the wind. The wind was actually probably at his back. So for Lutmer to pick that ball up, he just went up and high-pointed and did a nice job making a few people miss, and the offensive people aren't that good at tackling, and he's able to get in the end zone.
So we said they can't go 3 and out. That's even worse than a 3 and out. That's a 1-play pick 6, and it's 17-0, and the kick is good. 17-zip, 2:57 to go first quarter. And it has been all Hawkeyes here on this blackout Saturday in Iowa City. Hey, how would you like to be able to listen to us while synced up to your TV in the comfort of your own home? Well, go to syncmygame.com to find out how. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher Football from Learfield.
Hey Gophers, ready to one-up your rivals off the field? Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. By showing up to donate blood, you can help your school win $1 million for student or community health. Score a limited edition home field design Minnesota t-shirt, and most importantly, save lives. Go to bigten.org/Abbott to find a donation location and put Minnesota in the lead. That's bigten.org/Abbott.
Gopher fans, this is Mike Grimm. As a business owner, you understand the importance of protecting your reputation, workplace, employees, and financial assets. Our team is ready to help yours by creating a custom lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you stay at the top of your game. Contact your local Federated representative for more information. Federated Insurance. It's our business to protect yours. Proud partner of Golden Gopher Athletics.
Golden Gopher Football all season long. This is Golden Gopher Football from Learfield.
At RBC Wealth Management, helping the communities where we live and work is at the heart of what we do. That's why we're proud to partner with Gopher Sports on Goldie's Family. At every Gopher home game, Goldie's Family gives a family staying at the Ronald McDonald House an exclusive game day experience. By supporting our youth and their families, RBC Wealth Management strives to make tomorrow better for everyone in our communities. RBC Wealth Management, a division of RBC Capital Markets, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, SIPC.
Golden Gopher football support comes from Flint Hills Resources, Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemount, celebrating 70 years of producing fuels that help move us forward. Flint Hills Resources are proud of the company they keep, including many community partners that help make Minnesota a better place to live and learn. Partnerships like the Ordway Center, celebrating 25 years of supporting the Flint Hills Family Festival. Learn more at pinebendrefinery.com.
Well, it's been a blitzkrieg here by Iowa to start this game on their home field. They beat Penn State here last week, and they have carried that momentum into right now. 2:57 to go first quarter, 17-0. First pick six a Gopher quarterback has thrown since Ethan Kelly-McManus threw 2 of them against Michigan back in the 2023 game. And 17-zip. Parrish standing about a yard deep. And Cam Davis standing offset to the left hash at about the 6-yard line. Stevens puts his foot into it. And now a fair catch called as Parrish caught it at the 2, and the crowd mocking him a little bit with that fair catch. And the Gophers will get it at the 25-yard line. Down here 17-0. They've run 4 plays on offense, a 3-and-out, and then a pick 6. And when you score a defensive touchdown, your win percentage goes way up. And when you score a defensive touchdown when you're already up 10-0, the Gophers now have built themselves quite the hole to dig out of.
There is a hole, but it's not unattainable. So it just needs a little bit of opportunity. Need to let that defense rest a little bit, and offense needs to put some points on the board here.
Bryce Hawthorne in at a defensive tackle. We'll talk about him here in a moment. He has South Dakota State transferred. Got an interception this year as a defensive tackle. 1st and 10 here for Minnesota. Hand off to Ejeboy. Stood up right at the point of attack. And that's Xavier Wampa, the safety. Had an interception last week against Penn State. And DT, tell us about Bryce Hawthorne, the Iowa defensive tackle.
Well, Bryce Hawthorne is a very close relative of mine. He's a cousin, and his uncle, or his father, actually, Ed Hawthorne, played at the University of Minnesota. A captain, played a little bit for the Miami Dolphins, and it's fun to watch your cousins and nephews play out there.
Even if it is against
it's a little painful, but we're dealing with it.
Yeah. You got to hang out with a bunch of relatives last night because of that.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fun.
Here is Lindsey on play action. Back to pass. Plenty of time. Fires deep over the middle and just missed a wide open Javon Tracy. And this is the most off kilter we have seen Drake Lindsey in his young career. That overshoot was by 5 to 10 yards, and the receiver was open over the middle.
He was open, and I think that Drake, trying to lead him a little bit farther on the outside, and Iowa actually had a little bit of leverage out there, so he was trying to kind of hold him up in that window, and that ball was just too high and fell harmlessly to the ground. And you throw an interception, you start seeing things that maybe aren't there. You get a little bit uncomfortable and lose your confidence. And right now Drake might be a little bit shaken on the road against this Iowa, almost 80,000 people cheering against you.
Ejeboy stays in at running back on 3rd and 10. Straight drop and a 4-man rush. Quick crossing pattern to Bibber, and he's short of the first. He caught it, but tackled about 4 yards short at the 31-yard line. Jackson Rexroth, he's out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Xavier High School, and it's another 3-and-out for Minnesota, and the Gophers will have to punt with 1:58 and counting to go in this first quarter, trailing 17-0.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on the defense. They'd like to rest on the sideline, think about things a little bit, and also think about not being back out against this Iowa offense. The offense of the Gophers needs to eat a little bit more clock up and try to capitalize and pick up a few first downs.
Tom Weston rolling right on the punt attempt. Boy, it was nearly blocked, and maybe it was. It goes into the bleachers. Yeah, somebody definitely got a hand on that as he rolled right. Iowa is so good on special teams, it's incredible. And this is going to end up angling out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That's a 14-yard punt.
It seemed like that we were trying to, a lot of times the punters will kind of roll towards and or run towards something and not kick the ball, but Iowa was ready for it in that situation. They were there, and I don't know if it got kicked or not, but he got sped up a little bit, ended up kicking that ball out of bounds, really.
I mean, that ball landed 20 rows up in section 105. Congratulations.
Yeah.
It's like the old, at the old baseball and softball tournament, you bring that football back, you get a piece of bubble gum or a nickel or something, right?
Yeah.
Did you have that when you were little?
Oh, yeah.
You had a softball tournament or something, you chase those down? Well, I don't know if anyone's going to do that, but that thing was a good 20 rows up.
They might try to hang on to the ball.
Officially, I'm guessing the Hawkeye fan's going to hold on to that. 13-yard punt. So they're in Minnesota territory already at the 45. Moulton, the running back, Gronowski under center. Gill goes in motion, the Northwestern transfer. Gronowski wants to throw, and he's going to flush from the pocket. He's got all kinds of real estate to run to the 40 and slides forward at about the 40, make it the 37-yard line. A gain of 8. Devin Williams will get credited with the stop on the slide, and they had coverage. They wanted to go deep. They wanted to go kill shot there, quick change, get the bad punt, the block punt. and good coverage, but then he again escaped from the pocket.
Well, again, early, Mike, it's the play action. The play action gives him a little bit of time. He looks downfield. All the routes are deep. All the routes are covered, but all that man coverage deep means there's a lot of room underneath, and Gronowski does a nice job there, picking up another 9 yards on first down, making a nice second down and manageable situation.
Nathan McNeil, the true freshman from Tampa, now the running back. Here's a little toss. This will count as a pass. It's given to Weegan, trying to find a sliver of space, and not much. In fact, he may have lost a yard, and a good job there by Lucas Finney and Maverick Baranowski combining on a tackle for a loss, and it'll be a 3rd and 2 here, 3rd and 3 in fact.
And they've had a lot of success with Weegan on these little underneath handoffs and little shovel passes because he is a dynamic, athletic, in-space runner, and that was a very nice job of us, and the Gophers bring them down for no gain in the backfield there.
Weegan 3 catches, now 49 yards. He lost a yard or maybe 2 on that play, and it's 3rd down. But first, that ends the first quarter, and what a first quarter for the home team, and not the best quarter the Gophers have ever seen. And the wave now is happening. The Gophers have practiced this week. They will wave across the way to the children at the Stead Family Children's Hospital. We've talked about it, one of the great new traditions, several years old now, what, 6, 8 years old, and they'll turn and wave to those young kids and their families up in the hospital. And while they do that, we'll take a break. We'll wave as well, and we'll catch you to start the second quarter with Iowa leading 17-0. Let's go back, and here is Tanner Hoops in Scoreboard Central.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Plan to get you updated on throughout the country, including a few games in the Big Ten that have gone final. One other game is in progress, though. Washington is taking on Illinois up in Seattle, and the Huskies opened with a 75-yard scoring drive.
3rd down and goal. Snap. Damon. Cool at the 20-yard line. Flat-footed. Now might tuck it and go. Rolls out to the left. Fires. It's caught. And falling into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
And they lead 14-3. That game is 1 quarter old. Few games have gone final. Number 2, Indiana, all over UCLA. A defensive touchdown in the opening minute. The Hoosiers cruise. They win 56-6. Rutgers and Purdue in a tight one, or had a tight one in West Lafayette. Rutgers picks up the 27-24 victory. Nebraska and Northwestern going back and forth in Lincoln. A tight game, but the Cornhuskers get it done late with this.
Snap, turn, handoff, Johnson over right guard. Powers, fights, grinds, touchdown, Huskers! 2:44 to go. Emmett Johnson would not be denied. 27-21, Nebraska.
And that would cap the scoring in that game. Nebraska bounces back, gets into the win column with a 28-21 victory over Northwestern. 2 top 25 games have gone final. Number 7, Georgia Tech all over Syracuse, winning 41-16. This may be the game of the day so far. Number 8, Ole Miss, and number 13, Oklahoma. OU led by a point after 3, but Ole Miss took the lead for good with this.
Chambliss takes the snap. Here comes pressure. He's in the pocket, wants to throw, steps up, dumps it near side, wide open to the 5. There's a catch, and there's a touchdown. Trace Buckler with his first one as an Ole Miss Rebel.
And number 8 takes down number 13, 34-26. Ole Miss winners over Oklahoma. It took overtime, but number 16, Virginia, holds off the Bill Belichick-led North Carolina Tar Heels, 17-16, the final in overtime. And our first-ranked team, or I guess our second-ranked team with Oklahoma going down, goes down today. And number 18, South Florida, they fall to Memphis 34-31. Not good news for Minnesota from Iowa City. 15 minutes into the books as the Gophers trail the Hawkeyes 17-0. Back over to you guys.
All right, 17-zip here, ready to start quarter number 2. And Iowa will have a 3rd down play, 3rd and 3. And Darryl Thompson, so far, it has been all Hawkeyes here. They have dominated this game in every facet, including already a defensive score.
Well, offense, defense, special teams, and really where I've seen it mostly dominated, Mike, is in the trenches. You know, when you have success in the trenches, you're going to have success everywhere else. And they won in the trenches, both offensive and defensive line. And we've not done a really good job of keeping Gronowski in the pocket so far. If we can do a little bit better after the first drive, we can maintain that and figure out a way to get some points on the board here in the second quarter. We can make this a game.
Gopher fans, you could take home at Tacoma this season if the Gophers score a defensive touchdown during a home game. One lucky fan will drive away in a brand new Toyota Tacoma. To register, go to gophersports.com/Toyota. Take home at Tacoma, courtesy of your local Toyota dealers. And already we have 3 defensive touchdowns in home games this year. And those 3 names are in the hopper. And at the end of the year, one lucky winner will get that Tacoma. Third down here, and a key third down at that here. Key in the sense that you don't want to give up any more points. You're already in a 17-point hole. A 35-yard interception return for Hawkeye nickelback Zach Lutmer, sophomore, has put the 17th point on the board. And then Minnesota has a punt, we think blocked. We don't think it was a total shank, but it was good pressure. They ran right into the teeth of where West had wanted to run to punt. The ball landed about 20 rows up in the Kinnick Stadium bleachers and set up a short field. And now from the Minnesota 38, Iowa has it 3rd and 3. We'll get an update from JG. It looks like Devin Eastern is back on the field. That's good news. He is out there with Rashawn Lawrence at the 2 defensive tackle spots. Running back is Moulton. Pistol formation with Gronowski. Obviously, you got to spy him here. Snap to him. It's a handoff to Moulton. Right side hit. Drags a guy forward, and I think they're going to give him the first down. Looks close, and they will move the sticks. First down, the tackle made by Rashawn Lawrence. Let's go to JG with an update on Devin Eastern.
Yeah, he was in the tent quickly, kind of came out of nowhere, but was out of the tent almost as quickly. Had his helmet, went right back to the bench. He's obviously back in the game. The thing that I'm going to kind of watch here in the next possession or two, guys, is Darius Taylor has not played a ton of snaps, right?
Yeah.
And we'll see if there's anything lingering with him. He's been with the team and he's been with the offense, but has not been out on the field a ton. Now, granted, they've had like 2 plays.
Yeah, but you're right. He did not play in any of the 3 plays on the last series of downs. You're right. First down here, handoff Moulton has a sliver of space, gets slammed down by Darius Taylor, but not before. A 6-yard gain on first down to the 29 of Minnesota.
And again, Mike, they are winning the battle in the trenches. The double teams up front, getting up to the second level. The offensive line of Iowa getting up onto the linebackers. And when you have safeties and corners making tackles and your nickelbacks like that, then you know it can be an awfully long day. And Darius Green coming in this game with 10 tackles already, 2 or 3 so far this afternoon, just beginning the second quarter.
2nd and 4 here. Yeah, and the Gophers do have both linebackers leading tackler. That's what you'd like for a year. But today the safeties. Here's Gronowski throwing toward the end zone. Vanderzee out there, Nestor there, and hand fighting caught. Touchdown Vanderzee. He out-muscled his former teammate John Nestor for the score, and it's 23-0 Iowa.
A lot of time. The offensive line did a great job for Iowa there, and then Gronowski has an opportunity to find his receiver, and they picked on Nestor just a little bit today, and that's the second time, and that one was for a touchdown. So got to figure out a way to stop the bleeding here.
And for the quarterback, Gronowski, that is his first touchdown pass in Big Ten play. His first touchdown pass since September 13th against UMass. He has 11 rushing touchdowns and now 4 passing touchdowns. And the extra point here from Stevens. And we're just 2 or 3, let's see, 3 plays into this second quarter, and it's 24-0 as the kick is good. That's a 5-play, 45-yard drive. It covered 255 after the block shank punt set up a short field. As your neighborhood credit union and proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics, Truestone knows that banking is more than just affordable loans and a place to manage your money. They help their neighbors dream bigger and live better. It is true. 13:33 to play in this second quarter, and it is all Iowa, 24-0. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
You depend on CenterPoint Energy to deliver energy for what matters most to you, your neighbors, and throughout the land of 10,000 lakes, so we can all make a better tomorrow. That's why we're investing in the latest technology to reduce emissions, offer rebates on qualifying energy-efficient natural gas equipment, and provide energy-saving programs that help save you money. Look ahead at centerpointenergy.com/futuremn.
If you want greatness, you demand more. The Gophers know it, you know it, and Kloss knows it. Their machinery is built for farmers who are made for more. And that's exactly what every Kloss delivers. From combines and forage harvesters to tractors and hay tools, Kloss equipment leads the field in technology, service, and above all, performance, helping you dominate every field, every season. Are you made for more? Visit Kloss.com. That's CLAAS.com to learn more.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Beats, bites, and big plays start here. Mystic Lake's Hop House is now open. Turn up the volume with live music every weekend. Savor all-star flavors that bring the heat, surrounded by wall-to-wall game day action. Legendary nights are on tap at the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination, Hop House. Now open at Mystic Lake Casino Hotel, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Details at mysticlake.com.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the road you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
24-0 Iowa. Most points the Gophers have given up in a quarter since 2022-17 in the first quarter, and 3 plays into quarter number 2, it's a touchdown to make it 24-0. Everything going the wrong way if you're wearing maroon and gold. Those here in this blackout wearing black are loving life right now.
Absolutely loving life, and this is a key drive right here for the Gophers. They're all key, Mike. But this one right here, we need a couple first downs. Let that defense rest, settle a bit on the sideline, and get some water, and allow that defense coordinator Danny Collins to talk to him a little bit, and hopefully settle him down, and the Gopher offense can put some points on the board.
Gophers have struggled in this building. We documented it many times. 3-19 in the last 22 here. And this is not the start you want. If this is a comeback at 24-0, this would be the all-timer, certainly. And Gophers with just 12 total yards so far. Iowa, which has been good but not great on offense most of the year, sitting already at 166. And again, it's Ejeboy. No Darius Taylor in the backfield. Pierce Walsh now lined up at a fullback under center. It's a handoff to Ejeboy, and he is just swarmed over. The offensive line got swallowed up by Mr. Bryce Hawthorne, a Minnesotan out of Osseo, Minnesota, playing against his home state team and his legacy team here, as you referenced, DT.
Absolutely. Bryce doing a nice job of splitting the gap and bringing the back down in the backfield, just like you teach a defensive tackle to do.
Loss of 2. If you're just joining us, the backstory there is that is Daryl's cousin's son, so I don't know what that officially makes him. Ed Hawthorne. Here's a ball fumbled on a pass attempt by Lindsey, and Marcellus Marshall falls on it back at the 16-yard line. So a loss of 2 on the Hawthorne tackle, and now on the sacked fumble recovered by Marshall, it's another loss of 6, and it's in fact 8. It's going to be 3rd and 19 here for Minnesota, and now they are at negative 13. No, that can't be right. That could be right. 13, but it's negative. It's got to be about negative 4 yards total offense now for Minnesota. 3rd and a mile. Lindsey with Ejeboy next to him. Wide side to the left. 4-man rush. Rolling right, Lindsey under pressure. Flush and dropped. A sack back at the 12. Aaron Graves, the all Big Ten caliber defensive tackle, drops him. It's a loss back to, officially they're going to say he got out to the 13, and it'll be 4th and 22.
Everything going Iowa's way right now. Nice coverage downfield. Drake Lindsey can't find anything. Actually, pretty good job by the offensive line, giving Drake time in the backfield, but a coverage sack by that Iowa secondary. Maybe Drake might be just a little bit uncomfortable after throwing that pick 6 2 series ago.
1 total yard now. The Gophers lost 12 on that play. Here's the kick by Weston, and another short into the wind punt. Weegan catches it midfield, trying to get outside. He's got space. He's got a seam to the 40, to the 30, breaks a tackle at the 20, and he is gone. Caden Weegan, 50 yards, touchdown, and it's 30-0.
Explosive. I thought that he was going to try to call a fair catch there, but Weegan is definitely not a fair catch person. He catches that one and uses his speed to take the ball to the house on that play. Great return, great blocking.
You know, we've always talked about what Cooper DeJean, how good he was as a return man. We know he's a great cover man. He had the pick 6 in the Super Bowl for the Eagles. This kid's a better return man. Weejan. He is, which is saying something. That's his
saying a lot.
Second punt return this year for a touchdown, his third total return for a touchdown. And I'm not sure why you're trying to kick to him, to be quite frank about it.
I don't think we probably will kick to him anymore.
So the extra point kick comes up here, and it's good. And they have 14 points of their 31 without even running an offensive play. A punt return and a pick six. And this is something else. 31-0, and we're due for another break. 11:23 to go in the second quarter, and the Hawkeyes are trying to run it up on the Golden Gophers. 31-0 from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Gopher fans know the power of a great team. M Health Fairview University of Minnesota Medical Center is ranked the #1 hospital in the Twin Cities by U.S. News and World Report. This is more than an award. It's a reflection of our team of doctors, nurses, and staff who deliver world-class care so you can be at the top of your game. As the official healthcare provider of Gopher Athletics, M Health Fairview is proud to serve people across the state.
Whether you're cleaning up to host a backyard game day party or just powering through your fall projects, you can count on the performance of Steel. From blowers to chainsaws, Steel tools are built to go the distance. With legendary quality and real dealer support, you'll find the right tool and the right team for every job. Steel. Visit your local Steel dealer or shop online at steelusa.com.
You can just picture it. The anticipation before the big moment. The band playing, the adrenaline flowing, the confidence that you're about to hit the field and simply dominate. Now you know what it feels like to plant a field of Brevant seeds. Because when you choose Brevant seeds, you're not looking for a simple win. You're looking to turn heads and make a name for yourself. This is your turf. And when you get out there, it's sheer domination. Get started at Brevant.com/domination. Win, win, win.
Some things are easier said than done, like packing your carry-on and getting everything to fit. Whew. Other things are easier done than said, like getting $350 cash back when you open a new TrueStone checking account, so you can bag back some cash back to stash in your backpack. Hard to say, but easy to do, because our digital switch kit makes setting up your new TrueStone checking account practically effortless. Easy and $350? It's true, because we're TrueStone. Open by December 31st, and within 60 days, set up a $5,000 direct deposit and e-statements. Membership required.
Welcome back to Gopher Football on the Gopher Sports Network from Learfield.
31-0, Minnesota trailing Iowa here, DT, in the pregame as we talk through this game. Some of the things we had said, hey, if you're an 8 or 9 point dog on the road at a place that is hard to win, you're going to have some stuff go your way. Get a pick six, return a punt, block a punt. Well, all three of those things have happened, but it hasn't been for Minnesota.
It happened for the home team that didn't need that momentum. It happened for the person that came in with a positive energy and an inability to get anything mounted offensively. And the potential of Darius Taylor maybe not playing. We don't know exactly, but he might be injured as well. So not very many things going our way right now.
And the kick is a little low sidewinder. It sails into the end zone. Touchback. Let's go to JG with a Stephen Carey update.
Yeah, Daryl just hinted at it, what the status of Darius Taylor is. It looks like he is going to be out for the game. He doesn't have his helmet with him right now. The last offensive possession, he stood back behind P.J. Fleck next to Mike Sipniak. Didn't have his helmet with him. He's just been standing there, and he's obviously not coming out here for this play, but it doesn't look like Darius is going to return.
Yeah, so an emerging story there. He had such a great game, looking full speed finally last week. 148 yards and his first touchdown of the season. That came against Nebraska in that great win, but certainly letdown city here for the Gophers early in this one, trailing 31-0. Here's a quick toss left for Ejiboy, and he breaks out of one tackle, and then Wampa just absolutely crushes him, sends him up into the teammates on that very narrow sideline, a gain of about 3, but that was a cross body block blow, and it'll be 2nd and 7. Wampa was not necessary.
Wampa, that's how a free safety or strong safety is supposed to come down the alley with negative thoughts in his mind, and he certainly let Ojibwe feel it on that play.
That's a welcome to Kinnick moment for the redshirt freshman Femi Ojibwe out of Pennsylvania. Lindsey to throw, does over the middle, and that is caught by Kenrick Lanier out near midfield, and a nice pickup there of just under 20. Xavier Wampa on the stop, and look, it's an uphill fight, but every little step counts here just to get your footing under you here to get control of this spiraling game right now.
Well, for nothing less than just letting that defense rest a little bit from on the sideline and the special team, so just get a little bit of positive energy going.
Lindsey again over the middle, and he had Brockington open but threw it behind him on a slant, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Lindsey now is 3 for 7 for 11 yards.
And I know that we've seen a lot with Greg Harbaugh, the short passing game, and feels like we're getting away from that a little bit, trying to push the ball a little bit more downfield. And it also might be the fact of Darius Taylor being out. It was like when you go to that first route, you come back and check down to Darius a lot. Darius is like the third leading receiver on our team with 16 catches, 134 yards, and that's a big loss for us right now.
Update the stat sheet. 3 of 7, 31 yards now. Quick hitting pass to Brockington on that bubble screen, and Lemecki does a nice job of dragging people with, and then took a hard hit. They progress him out across the 40 or inside the 45 in Iowa territory to about the 44. It's a gain of about 6. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Carson Shire, the linebacker, eventually brought him down.
That's what we need. We need Lemecki and the rest of this offense to kind of stand up, put the fight in. It's a little short pass right there. He does a nice job hitting the seam and picking up some yards.
Well, college football every week, it's just week to week on how this thing goes. 3rd and a long 2. Lindsey to throw on a straight drop. Looking, plenty of time. Now the pocket collapses, and he's sacked by Graves. Back in his own territory. That was absolutely a coverage sack because Lindsey had plenty of time and honestly had his safety valve Ojibwe open for a first down left, but never got that far.
Just don't think he has quite that confidence, and they ran Jackson Tracy on the little kind of short route. They covered that like a blanket. Everything was covered downfield. Most likely would have been good to check down. Maybe just doesn't quite have that confidence in Ojibwe like he does in Darius Taylor to throw that check down.
Weegan stands at his own 11. That's a ways back. And Weston at his own 30 for the punt on what is now 4th and 11. And the punt is a beautiful high spiraling kick. And it's going to sail to the 2 and into the end zone. And that might have been the best option. Just let him have it at the 20 and call it a day. And a beautiful punt there for the Minnesota punter. 55 yards, no return, net of 35, and we will take a break. If you love taking your family to a Gopher game, how about getting 4 discounted tickets, 4 soft drinks, 4 mix and match popcorn and candy, and $5 off your next $50 purchase at Cub. Log on to gophersports.com/tickets for complete details of the Cub Family 4-pack, and we'll see you on campus soon. Iowa has the ball and a 31-0 lead when we come back. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and now well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models when you finance with GM Financial.
Visit ChevyDealOnline.com.
2.9% APR for 72 months. Monthly payment is $15.15 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 13.7%. Must finance with GM Financial. Down payment required at signing if applicable. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Taking retail delivery by 11/3/25.
Row the boat, Minnesota. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Justin Guard here for Affinity Plus. The Iowa rivalry is here, Gopher fans. Our team battles for every inch on the field, and Affinity Plus fights for every dollar in your account to work harder for you. They show up for our members like the Gophers show up for their fans, with dedication, heart, and a commitment to excellence. When you and your credit union are on the same team, you are golden. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union is a proud partner of Gopher Athletics, insured by NCUA.
Dear crew, it's Toyota. With an adult-sized third row, everyone's welcome in the Grand Highlander. From sports fans to eco-buffs and movie fans. Sink back in the Sienna with an available rear seat entertainment system. Slip into the RAV4 with available all-wheel drive. And let's go. Toyota. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
(31-0). Gophers trail Minnesota. The punt return by Weegan. First punt return for a touchdown Minnesota's allowed in 23 years. I would not have guessed that, but that's the official word from the Gopher sports communications staff and the great Carl Anderson. So we'll take Carl's word. His word is gold. Here's a handoff for Iowa on 1st and 10 from the 20. They lost a yard. Good job there, Gophers. Darius Green on a bit of a run blitz. And now Iowa certainly in position here at 31-0. They sit with 100 passing yards, 66 rushing yards. Minnesota minus 18 rushing, total of 21 total yards. And Iowa's probably going to find themselves now in this game where they're just going to grind this bad boy out on the ground, where the last few weeks they've been great. 245 rushing last week against Penn State, 210 the week before against Wisconsin. No need to put yourself at too much risk, but they are going to throw, and a little throwback screen. Flag comes out, and it is a loss of a couple. Good coverage there. Jackson Howard, guest on this week's Go Gopher podcast, makes the tackle for a loss. Gophers likely going to decline this, right? Make it 3rd and 13, or will you move it half the distance here?
Kind of depends what it is, and I don't know if it's kind of a high-low block on Anthony Smith on that play.
Offense number 59.
Holding, he said.
That penalty is declined. 3rd down.
Yeah, so it'll be 3rd and 13. They do decline it. It would have been about 2nd and 18. I like 3rd and 13 instead. Let's go to JG from Stephen Carey.
Well, it kind of looked like it was the old Blake Brandel, what he got called for on the hold, just kind of grabbing Anthony Smith's shoulder pads and throwing him straight down. That was kind of the play on Anthony there. Pretty easy one to call.
Williams now the running back for Iowa on 3rd and 13. Clock winding, 7:50 to go, second quarter, 31-0. Iowa leading here on their home field. Gronowski will throw, looking left, throws left. It's caught, but Anderson slides to a stop as he made the catch. Seth Anderson's 10th catch of the year. It's a gain of about 4, and it'll be a punting situation here for Iowa on what will be a 4th and 9 from the 21. So the Gopher defense gets a stop. If you're just joining us and wondering what, 31-0, there's been a punt return for Iowa for a touchdown, a pick 6 for a touchdown, an opening drive right down the field of 75 yards, and some stuff in between, a field goal, and yes, 31-0. Minnesota with just 21 total yards. Iowa there minus, well, no, 1 yard on that drive, so 167 total. Here's a wobbling kick, and they shank one. Finally, their Australian shanks one. There is a flag down, however, and let's see what we got. The punt goes out of bounds at the Minnesota 43. And the officials will discuss this.
During the kick, holding number 48 of the receiving team. That 10-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick. 1st and 10, Minnesota.
So that is Mason Carrier, the Detroit Lakes product. A little hold as they were setting up some sort of return. It was a poor punt, and it becomes a little better because for Iowa, that is that we'll now get pushed back another 10 yards to the 33. It was out of bounds at the 43, and Minnesota's offense will try to get it going again, and again it is Ejeboy. Darius Taylor had 1 carry for 1 yard and then has not played much since, and certainly not in the last 3 series of downs. Lindsey, a little dump off pass to his tight end. A hurdling Jamison Gears makes the catch. He jumped up and over Deshaun Lee and gains about 4 on 1st down. And for Lindsey now 5 of 9 on the day.
I think that's what we've got to do, Mike. We tried to kind of get the ball downfield, but if we can get back to maybe a little bit of short passing game, I don't know if it's going to get us back all the way in the game, but we can take some time off the clock, hopefully get some points. If we get some points out of this drive and we do get the ball to start out the second half, we have an opportunity.
In motion goes Tracy to the narrow side of the field. Play action for Lindsey. Flushed, rolling right, dumps it off. Ijiboy, good catch, and he's got near first down yardage, short by a yard. Angled out of bounds by Lutmer at about the 42. It'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And this is what we saw a lot more from Drake Lindsey on the last couple of games. More of the short passing game, the rollout and off the play action, and have a little success with it. Hopefully we can pick this up on 3rd down and short.
And the Gophers jumped on 3rd and 1. This becomes 3rd and 6. Crowd had an impact there. They were coming to life.
Ball start offense number 73. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 6, personnel changes. Bibber comes in, Gears comes out. This crowd gets up on 3rd down often, and they're enjoying their day here in Iowa City. In motion, Bibber, wide side to the left on 3rd and 6. Snap back to Lindsey, throws a little middle screen. This is Brockington, and he's got the 1st down out to about the 44-yard line. He needed 6 and got 7. Wampa on the stop, and he was about a step away from maybe bursting it down the middle like we saw against Wisconsin a few years ago for a potential score. But it does go for 7, and they move the stick.
Goes for 7, gets what we need, and that's one thing that Iowa doesn't give up is big plays.
Here's a handoff to Ijiboy. A little cutback at the point of attack, and he got 3 across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Jaden Montgomery, junior linebacker out of Wisconsin. He's filling in for the injured Jaden Harrell, who played 2 games and got hurt. And Montgomery's been pretty good in that middle linebacker spot filling in.
Montgomery's been really good in that middle linebacker spot filling in.
You know, and it's interesting that PJ talked about it. They just plug guys in. They know where to be. They're always in the right spot. And in fact, that's a good example. A screen pass to Ijiboy, and 3 Hawkeyes right there, and it's a loss of 2. The first one is Deshaun Lee. For years, they've survived on turnovers on defense. Their offense hasn't been very good, and people say, boy, how long can that sustain itself?
There's something to the psychology of doing your job. Bill Belichick said, he said, hey, you just do your job,
you're going to get plays made.
Yeah. Well, it builds confidence, and then your great players make plays, and you know, the rest is history. And there's a reason that Coach Ferenc has been coaching here for 27 years and done a phenomenal job of building his culture.
3rd and 9, 31-0 Iowa. 4:20 to play in this second quarter. In motion, Brockington, left side, blitz comes, Lindsey fires, and it's bobbled and incomplete. It would have been short of the 1st down anyway on a little dump off, and it was Wampa defensively, and down 31-zip. The Gophers will send the punt unit out on 4th and 9 from their own 45, and Weegan again stands back at his 10-yard line.
Again, you see Wampa again, Wampa in coverage, and Wampa on the tackle and in the play. He's doing a very, very nice job.
Tanner Hoops will have the halftime show, scores from around the country. He'll preview the hockey game tonight, Minnesota and UMD. He'll be part of that broadcast with Wally Shaver. Here is the punt by Weston. High, wobbly punt, short though. And it bounces at the 20 and takes a backwards bounce out to about the 22 or 23-yard line. And that is where the Iowa Hawkeyes will take over 1st and 10 with a 31-0 lead and exactly 4 minutes to go in this second quarter. Brisk day here in Iowa City, but not cold. We've certainly been at some Iowa-Minnesota games, DT, that have been colder. Actually kind of comfy. It's not too hot, not too cold. You've got your good-looking Minnesota vest on over there, and here we are trying to stay a little bit warm and see if we can't coax the Gophers into making a contest out of
We're
this.
staying warm, Mike, and this actually is good football weather.
Right.
You know, this is the weather that's not too hard on the hands. The offensive linemen like it. The defensive linemen like it. We just need to have a little bit more execution.
Kamari Malton has 48 first-half yards. He's the running back, and he's got the handoff right now, and a good job by the Gophers to stack the play up. A gain of maybe 1 falling forward for the Hawkeye running back out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Devin Williams, who has strung together a great season. He's the first man there. He had 6 tackles against Nebraska, 11 against Purdue, 8 at Ohio State, 13 in the Rutgers win, and 9 tackles against Cal. So he's put together some big tackling days, and he is consequently the leading tackler, total tackler on this team.
Yeah, he absolutely is. 56 tackles coming this game. Devin is he's all over the place.
2nd and 9 under center with an old-fashioned I formation. And Gronowski gives to Moulton, and good footwork there to get out across the 30 to about the 32. A gain of 6 or 7. Coy Parrish piles on at the end to make the stop, and it'll be a 3rd and short here for Iowa with 3:05 to go in the quarter.
Some old school running right there, Mike, when you see a fullback in there leading up in on that linebacker, and then he does a good job of just kind of picking his way through there. And at the end, yeah, Corey Parrish is there and Kingsbury's there, but the damage is done. They've already picked up 7 yards.
Parrish comes out, and in is Gerlach, who goes to a linebacker, and Kerry Brown now moves to the Parrish safety spot. Pistol formation, offset to the right is Moulton on 3rd down and 2. 2 receivers left. That's the wide side. 31-0 Iowa. Here's play action. Gronowski rolling right. He is flushed. He picks up his feet, and he's got a 1st down sliding forward. Zaquan Bryant brings him down. They want a penalty there. Now there's some jaws and some pushing and shoving. Bryant gets away. The slide was a little late, but it's enough for a 1st down, and he has done that. Last week he made a living on it. They were calling that here this week, one of the newspaper articles, the Mark Gronowski game against Penn State last week, and had over 100 rushing yards. And here he tucks, and they show the replay. The slide was late enough. I don't think you can penalize Zaquan Bryant for that, right? I mean, he's coming in, and that's a running quarterback. He's already committed to the tackle. It looks bad, but I think you got to let that play slide. No pun intended. We have the 2-minute warning. We'll take the break. It's 31-0, and Iowa has it from its own 46 and a 1st down. When we come back from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
A DWI will cost you about $10,000 and possibly so much more. That's a sobering reality. Drive sober. Drive smart.
Extra enforcement now on Minnesota roads. A message from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
For coverage that plays smart and care that goes the distance, you can count on the latest offerings from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. It's a simplified health plan designed by Coop Health, proud sponsor of Gopher Football. See what you'll pay before you even schedule a medical appointment, so you can confidently tackle healthcare costs. Plus, you'll have access to the trusted Blue Cross network, so you have a choice when it comes to your care team. Learn more at bluecrossmn.com/COUPE.
Golden Gopher men's hockey is back at 3M Arena at Mariucci for the 2025-26 season, and single game tickets are on sale now. Don't miss out on any of the action. Get your tickets at gophersports.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
We are gathered here to... what's with the blanket?
Oh, it's my Securian blanket. It's an unsubtle metaphor for the security I feel knowing I have smart insurance and retirement solutions from Securian Financial.
I see. And, sir, do you also trust Securian Financial with your insurance and retirement solutions?
I do.
Prepare for your future. Talk to your employer, affinity group, or a financial professional to get started. Learn more at Securian.com.
Insurance issued by subsidiary companies. Securian Financial Services. Member FINRA.
Golden Gopher football support comes from Flint Hills Resources Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemount, celebrating 70 years of producing fuels that help move us forward. Flint Hills Resources are proud of the company they keep, including many community partners that help make Minnesota a better place to live and learn. Partnerships like the Minnesota Zoo now span 30 years and is highlighted today by the Zoom's STEM Design Challenge. Learn more at pinebendrefinery.com.
Ready to finish here this second quarter. Iowa has a 1st down from its own 46-yard line. Welcome back, leading 31-0. It's been all Iowa. 190 yards for the Hawkeyes and 38 here for Minnesota. And 9 1st downs Iowa, 2 Minnesota. Moulton, the running back. Under center, Gronowski. In motion, Anderson. Ball of the center of the field, right on the eyeball of the Tiger Hawk. Here's Gronowski. He wants to throw. Now feels pressure and sack. The first sack of the day for the Golden Gophers. And that is Carter Menz, who had 2.5 sacks last week. And he is now on the season up to a total of 5. Make that 4.5 sacks. And that now, depending on the rest of the action, puts him up into the top 10 of sacks in the Big Ten. Anthony Smith, by the way, tied for the lead in sacks in the Big Ten. Gophers now adjusting on a late sub. Handoff right side, Moulton. Good job, boy, a nice job over there, angling across the formation. And on the stop is Devin Williams, along with one of the big defensive tackles. Is that Riley Sunrum in there for the first time in a while? I think it was. Yeah, been, Riley Sunrum.
Also, yeah, you're right. But Devin cleaning that up there at the end of that play to finish it and make it a 3rd down and long situation. This Iowa offense has really had its way so far the first half, and every time it feels like it doesn't have the way, Gronowski figures a way to pick up those yards when no one else is no one's paying attention, but he's able to pick up yards and first downs when he's the last option.
That was Riley Sunrum. He came in as a defensive tackle, North Dakota product, and helped Devin Williams. And now Iowa wants a timeout as the play clock was about to hit 0. 43 seconds to play in the quarter. 31-0. We're in the second, and it's 3rd and 13 here for Iowa. With the latest plan from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota, designed by Coop Health, there's no trick plays or surprise bills, just coverage you can count on. Learn more at bluecrossmn.com/Coop. That's COUPE. Let's go down to Justin Gard with a report here right before halftime.
Well, if my phone was working, I would solicit for ideas for halftime questions for the head coach. These are the interesting ones, right, Grimmer? It'll be interesting to see kind of what his message is going to be for the team, what kind of mood he's in, because this is, I don't think, what anybody expected. Obviously, certainly nobody hoped for it. So I've got 43 seconds to figure it out. I think that's really the most drama we might have the rest of the game. Will I figure it out in the next 43 seconds?
Right. I think that is maybe the biggest question at hand. So
I believe in you, Justin.
Thanks, DT.
You'll do it.
Appreciate you.
Tanner Hoops will have the complete Toyota halftime show. He's at the PAV right now. He's going to walk across the street when the football broadcast is over, and he and Wally Shaver will have the call tonight, Gophers and Bulldogs. Gopher hockey. And at halftime, we'll have a preview of that game tonight as well. 3rd and we'll call it officially 14 now for Iowa. In motion goes Jacob Gill, the Northwestern transfer. 2 receivers left. That's the wide side of the field. And Gronowski on a straight drop and a 3-man rush. Flushed, wants to run, I think. Still waiting. Now is going to tuck and run, and he just throws it away. Did he cross the line of scrimmage at any point? He was close, but he throws it away. Good pressure from Anthony Smith. That stops the clock with 33 seconds to play, and Iowa will have to punt.
Well, one of the few times that Iowa has been forced to punt. Nice coverage by our Gopher secondary. That was a coverage sack for us on that play. No Gronowski nowhere to throw. And a better job containing Gronowski. Not ideal, but he did get flushed out of the pocket, and they did a good job keeping leverage on him, not allowing him to get downfield and pick up first downs like he has so far many times in this game.
Reese Dakin on to punt. His second punt of the day. Off the first one off the side of his foot, and then there was a penalty on it on Minnesota, which pushed it back. Deep to return is Redding, not Parrish. It's a short punt, and it goes out of bounds near side right on the Hawkeye sideline at the 26-yard line, and that's where Minnesota will take over. Time for an affiliate salute presented by Minnesota Corn. Proud to create opportunities for family farmers while enhancing the quality of life for rural communities and all Minnesotans. Learn more at mncorn.org. 10 seconds on the Gopher Sports Network. Under center, Lindsey. Handoff, Ejiboy left side. And he pushes forward across the 30 in a nice gain of about 7 on first down. Merriweather on the stop. Kenneth Merriweather, sophomore defensive end out of Detroit, Michigan. And that will likely be the final play of this first half. The Gophers will go to the locker room, lick their wounds, and try to regroup and see if there's something they can do to get back in this thing. Right now, it does not look very good. 31-0, Iowa leading. Time to hear from head coach P.J. Fleck, brought to you by alumni-owned Sunbelt Business Advisors, part of the True North family of companies. Sunbelt serves business owners as Minnesota's largest seller of companies. It's alumni-owned, it's Sunbelt Business Advisors, and they should be on your team roster if you're buying or selling a business. Get your Sunbelt no-cost confidential business valuation today. You should visit sunbeltminnesota.com. It's been all Hawkeyes here on their home field, 31-0 in this first half. Justin Gard is standing by with the Golden Gopher head coach. We await his interview with TV to finish first, and then JG will get a few words, and we'll find out what the head coach thinks of half number 1, where his crew is down 31-0. Total yards, 186 to 44. Here's JG.
PJ, what's the message going to be to the team at halftime here?
You got to respond. Period. You got to respond. Everything that could have went wrong. Offense, defense, and special teams. That's a really bad half of football. But we're going to come in there, talk about what we have to talk to, and go out there and respond in the second half.
How do you want your offense to respond? What do you need to see from them?
Execution. Simple execution.
That's the head coach, Grimmer. He's up the tunnel. Back to you.
All right, very good. He is the head coach along with Justin Guard, and that is sponsored by Sunbelt Business Advisors. Score again, Iowa 31 and Minnesota nothing. When we come back, Tanner Hoops will have the halftime show. It's sponsored by Toyota. Let's go places. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Wouldn't it be great if every time you bought a cup of Holiday coffee, you got credit toward a free cup? And wouldn't it be great if that worked on other stuff at Holiday too? Well, join the club, Holiday Rewards. It's so easy. Just enter your phone number at checkout and you're in the club. We'll track your purchases toward free fountain drinks, coffee, cookies, sandwiches, hot dogs, and more. So don't forget to enter your phone number at checkout to join the club. Holiday Rewards, here for you at Holiday. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Hey Gopher fans, Minnesota-made and Gopher alumni-owned Old Dutch Foods has been crafting quality snacks for loyal fans throughout the upper Midwest since 1934, like their newest flavors, Dutch Crunch Sweet Heat, Movie Theater Butter Popcorn, and Sour Cream and Onion Veggie Puff Corn. Find Old Dutch in the Gopher Garden before select home games sampling their latest flavors, or stop by your local store and pick them up today. Old Dutch, family-owned, quality snacks since 1934.
Crispy, crunchy, light and snappy, Old Dutch potato chips.
Your maroon and gold play here. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
What does it take to win? On the football field, it's skill, teamwork, and old school grit. You want the same championship formula if you've been injured. 13 attorneys at Sieben Carey are 2025 Minnesota Super Lawyer honorees. 12 are listed as 2026 Best Lawyers in America. Sieben Carey has recovered hundreds of millions for their clients since 1952. Level the playing field if you've been hurt on the road, at work, or anywhere else. Contact Sieben Carey. Accident lawyers who win.
Midland Hills Country Club offers a wonderful setting for any of your upcoming holiday events. Our facilities and excellent food and service are sure to exceed your expectations. Let our professional staff guide you in making your event a memorable one. Come experience what Midland Hills has to offer. We're conveniently located in Roseville, just 10 minutes from either downtown area. Visit midlandhillscc.org.
1, 2, 3. This is the Gopher Halftime Show, presented by Toyota on the Gophers Sports Network from Learfield. Also brought to you by Federated Insurance. It's our business to protect yours. And by Flint Hills Resources Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemount, celebrating 70 years of producing fuels that help move us forward.
It is the Golden Gopher Halftime Show, driven by Toyota. Tanner Hoops with you. Bad news from Kinnick Stadium, where the Gophers trail Iowa 31-0. Time for a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Cub, the official grocer of Golden Gopher Athletics. Only one other Big Ten game in progress. Number 23, Illinois on the road, taking on Washington. And the Huskies in the red zone with a 20-17 lead. 36 seconds left in the first half of that game. Moving down south, number 4, Alabama's on the road, taking on a South Carolina team that's going through a disappointing season. They got the first points on the board, but Alabama's defense responded.
Play action from Sellers. Pressure coming. Unloads it at the last moment. Bobbled. Picked off. Intercepted. On his feet. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. Deshaun Jones caught the deflection. And the pick six for Alabama gives the Tide a 6-3 lead.
And they tack on the PAT. South Carolina responds with a field goal. 7-6 Bama, 3:11 to go in the first half of that game. Top 15 battle in the SEC. Number 15 Mizzou is at number 10 Vanderbilt. They're at the half, tied at 3. Harken back to our pick'em segment in the pregame. Number 11 BYU was in Ames taking on Iowa State, and the Cyclones wasted no time scoring in the first play of the game.
Cyclones operating left to right here in the first quarter. Beck to throw it. Looks deep. Has Eskelsen. Over the shoulder catch. 20, 10, touchdown! First play of the game. Beck 75 yards Eskelsen.
Minute 25 to go in the first half there. Iowa State leading 24-10. Texas Tech saw that and they thought, let's one-up you. Let's not even run an offensive play before we get on the board.
The music is playing and the right foot is now into the football. It's high and it is short. Jacoby Williams is going to have a chance from the 2-yard line, going straight up the hash marks, now to the middle of the field, breaks a tackle. He's to the 20, 25, 30. He's outrunning everybody. The 40 midfield. It's the kicker that's chasing him. He's down the sidelines. He is going to score. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Opening kickoff, 98 yards for a score.
Yeah, 14th ranked Texas Tech looking to bounce back. They lead Oklahoma State 19-0 with 90 seconds left in the first quarter of that game. Number 21 Cincinnati leading Baylor 14-0, 7:13 to go in the first half there. 22nd ranked Texas on the road taking on Mississippi State. They're tied at 7, 1 quarter in the books. Few top 25 games that have gone final. It was all number 2 Indiana taking down UCLA 56-6. 18th ranked South Florida goes down. They fall to unranked Memphis on the road 34-31. 7th ranked Georgia Tech 41-16. They cruise past Syracuse. Number 16 Virginia staves off North Carolina 17-16 in overtime. And a battle of top 15 teams in the SEC. It's number 8 Ole Miss rallying to beat number 13 Oklahoma 34-26. Elsewhere in the Big Ten, Nebraska, they score late and they beat Northwestern 28-21 as Minnesota watches on and looks for answers, down 31-0 at the break. That's your out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Cub Foods, the official grocer of Golden Gopher Athletics. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and we will talk hockey. We'll preview tonight's contest against Minnesota Duluth with former Golden Gopher goaltender John Blue. That is coming up after this. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
10 miles an hour over the speed limit. 15 over. 20 over. It just might put you 6 feet under.
A message from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
With corn rootworm costing farmers up to $1 billion a year, you need the right strategy. Introducing Durastack trait technology, featuring 3 powerful modes of action to strike corn rootworm at full force, outsmart, outmaneuver, and outmatch their every move with the industry's first triple BT protein stack built for corn rootworm control. Take back your yield potential. Make your move at Durastack.com. Available for the 2027 season.
Golden Gopher Women's Hockey is playing at 3M Arena at Mariucci on Friday, November 14th at noon for Field Trip Day presented by Quick Trip. Help us cheer on the Gophers against Bemidji State and get your tickets now at gophersports.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
An unchecked battery this winter could mean over time, your battery will wear down faster, losing power, and soon you'll have trouble starting your car and keeping it running, leaving you stranded. So get your battery checked this season, and when it's time to replace, install a battery from FVP. It's power you can count on. FVP batteries. Verified, proven. Find a qualified installer at FVPparts.com.
Golden Gopher athletes need optimum nutrition to be at their best. Did you know that a grass-fed Thousand Hills Lifetime Graze burger has 3 times the omega-3s than a conventionally raised burger? The Thousand Hills burger is also higher in important phytonutrients known for their anti-inflammatory, anti-carcinogenic, antioxidant, and neuroprotective effects. That's why Thousand Hills Lifetime Graze grass-fed beef is essential protein for all Golden Gopher athletes. Thousand Hills, the elite meat for the athlete in you. Find it at your local food co-op or ask your grocer.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Minnesota. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Halftime from Iowa City. The Gophers trail the Hawkeyes 31-0. Time to talk a little hockey as we get set for Minnesota Duluth. Following a disappointing shutout loss last night, the Gophers look to bounce back. Had an opportunity to catch up this week with former Golden Gopher goaltender John Blue. an opportunity to talk with former Golden Gopher goaltender John Blue. He's kind enough to lend us his time. And first and foremost, great to have you here. When you think back to your time going up against UMD, any particular matchup or memory that sticks out to you?
Oh, gosh. I mean, when the old WCHA, every match against UMD was a great match. I came in 84 and they just come off a national championship, and they had Watson, and they had this guy. I don't know if you've heard of him, Brett Hull. He came in as a rookie, and he wasn't so bad either. And Rick Costi is their goaltender. Guy Goslin, I think Jimmy Johansson was there. Johnson was there. They had a fantastic stacked team. So every time the Gophers played UND, you had a battle.
Tell me about your journey to the U of M. California guy, I know there's a good appetite for it now. Was it always that way? Was there always a good appetite for hockey in California?
Gosh, no, there was no appetite for California. It's crazy. First Californian to play at the University of Minnesota, and I went to Minnesota hockey schools and was discovered there by Brad Buteau. And I was playing juniors in the USHL, and they needed a goalie, and they had Frank Pietrangelo, so they were solid. They just needed another goalie. So I literally was a late commit in June or July and went in as a freshman, having no idea about Minnesota hockey. I grew up in California. We'd drive 2 hours to get to a rink. We were terrible. Hockey in California was awful. And maybe that's why I was a decent goalie, because we'd go and we'd play in Canada in tournaments, and I'd see 50, 60 shots every game because we were so bad. So once in a while I'd stop one.
Where did that love for hockey come from?
I love sports. My dad put me in hockey when I was 5 years old. Saw a picture of a hockey player and said, "Hey, that looks interesting. Let's throw you in it." And he did that and threw me in it, and just played growing up and fell in love with the sport. I loved football, and I thought that's what I was going to play in college, and baseball. But hockey, I left home at 17 to go play in the USHL, and from there played in Des Moines, Iowa, and ended up at the University of Minnesota. It is an incredible honor, obviously, coming into the University of Minnesota with all the great Minnesota hockey players and getting a chance. I'm sure there's some people that weren't too happy about a kid from California that was coming and taking a spot.
What was your favorite place to go play on the road? Did you have an environment or an atmosphere that you always got up for pretty easily?
Yeah, UND was absolutely one. North Dakota was another one. I hated playing there, but it's that love-hate. You got to have your best game. Back then too, we used to have games with BC and BU pretty regularly. I know you guys just played BC a couple weeks ago, but we'd go out east and play UNH and all those teams too. So there's always some great games. But the WCHA was just classic battles. You'd go up into UND. And Skeeter Moore was the local hero, and you'd have everybody cheer. It's just an incredible atmosphere. You go into UND and they'd be reading their newspapers during the lineup for the University of Minnesota, and it just electric, and nothing like college hockey.
When you think back to your time with U of M and some of the guys you got to know, do you still keep in contact with a lot of those guys? Still keep in touch?
I do, actually. Those are some of my good buddies, Corey Millen and Rob Stauber, and Jack Blatherwick, who's one of our coaches, Paul Otsby, who's one of our coaches. We all talk on the line regularly. So, Pat Micheletti he's not very nice, so he doesn't talk to anybody. So I'm saying that, I'm joking. I know Pat does the shows with you, but another great guy, just really good quality men. So we keep in touch with a lot of them.
Give us an update for those who don't know. What does life look like for you now post-Gopher hockey?
Life for me is crazy. I'm back in Southern California. I have 5 kids, 4 grandbabies, and I pastor a local church, and also I have a consulting company. So I do business product or growth and management and leadership training. So I keep really busy with my family and my grandkids. I still love the game of hockey and try to stay involved any way I can. My son's back east playing college hockey. So just the greatest memories playing at the University of Minnesota. I have few regrets in my life. I really do. I've been a blessed man. One of the regrets I have is that I did not play my senior year at Minnesota. To this day, it haunts me. I left in '88 to play on the Olympic team. which was a great honor, and would do that again. But I could have gone back and played my senior year. And it's interesting because you're in the middle of it and you don't realize what you have. And then once I got out and ended up signing and playing a professional career and battling in the minors, I'm like, and even when I played in the NHL, there's nothing like playing college hockey at the University of Minnesota. So if I could do anything over again, it would go back and play my senior year.
John Blue was kind enough to lend us his time as we count down to puck drop against UMD. That was great stuff. Appreciate you being on and taking the time, and all the best with everything going forward.
Thanks, Tanner. Anytime.
I tell you what, that was John Blue, former Golden Gopher goaltender. You can hear the matchup with UMD tonight. Woolley and I take care at 6:30 in the Gopher Sports Network. We'll take a break. Second half is coming up. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
United Healthcare is a proud presenting partner of the 2026 Special Olympics USA Games because we share their vision of a world where everyone belongs and ability triumphs. We stand with the Special Olympics athletes, families, and communities as a proud supporter, just as we stand with our members every step of their journey of health, because we know what it means to have a personal cheering section and supporter on your side when you move through life's obstacles and get back into the race. United Healthcare, your hometown healthcare plan.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Minnesota Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Sky Dumar. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
I'm Clay Geary, former wide receiver for the Minnesota Gophers.
And I'm Ben Utek, U of M alumni, Super Bowl champion, and Tony Dungy Uncommon Award winner.
We understand championship culture, which is why we are part of the True North family of companies.
True North invests in only elite teams, like the champion team at True North Mergers and Acquisitions, Minnesota's largest seller of companies. To learn more about True North and our diverse family of independently owned companies, visit thetruenorthfamily.com.
Gopher fans, check out the spot for Gopher Weekly with PJ Flack. The Tipsy Steer in High Pines in Roseville is a great place to watch the games with a large outdoor space to eat, drink, and hang out with your friends. Check this place out. Locally owned refreshing beverages and food sourced from area farmers, serving up menu favorites like bacon lollipops and armadillo eggs. The sassy menu also features brick oven pizzas and acclaimed burgers. Tipsy Steer in High Pines in Roseville, County Road C and Snelling in Roseville, or online at tipsysteer.com. Go Gophers!
Welcome back. Tanner Hoops with you. The Gophers trail Iowa 31-0 at the break. Second half is coming up after this. Don't go anywhere. Mike, DT, and JG have the call. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Whether you're cleaning up to host a backyard game day party or just powering through your fall projects, you can count on the performance of Steel. From blowers to chainsaws, Steel tools are built to go the distance. With legendary quality and real dealer support, you'll find the right tool and the right team for every job. Steel, proud sponsor of your Golden Gophers.
All the special interests are represented in St. Paul. But who speaks for you? Center of the American Experiment does. Our policy fellows dig into the tough issues that matter to you and offer common sense solutions on education, taxes, crime, and energy. American Experiment is the trusted, nonpartisan voice of Minnesotans like you. We are working every day to make Minnesota a better, safer, more prosperous place. We are American Experiment. Go to americanexperiment.org to learn more.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Spring cleaning is as easy as buy, fill, gone with a Bagster bag from Waste Management. Clear the clutter and ditch your debris. Bagster bags are the flexible option for big cleanups, and we mean flexible. The Bagster folds neatly when not in use, yet holds 3,000 pounds of waste and debris. Buy from a retailer today, fill it, and easily schedule pickup when your projects are complete. To learn more, visit thebagster.com.
Hey Gopher fans, this is defensive lineman Jackson Howard.
I bring the pressure on the field, but nothing hits harder than seeing a child get sick or injured. That's why Nutrisource supports pet therapy programs at children's hospitals across the country, including mHealth Fairview Masonic Children's Hospital, because a dog's unconditional love can make even the toughest day just a little bit easier. To learn more about these pups with a purpose, visit NutrisourcePetFoods.com. Nutrisource is Minnesota made and a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics.
Toyota halftime show is over. We're ready for third quarter football. Drew Stevens puts a foot to it. High end over end kick. Sailing into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Minnesota gets the ball to start this third quarter. That goes over the head of Parrish for the touchback. And Iowa chose to go into the wind to start this third quarter, although the wind maybe has changed a little bit. Looks like maybe the flags have switched, but the Gophers will start at their own 25-yard line here. 31-0. You heard PJ Fleck want to see response. One other note, we're told no Darius Taylor here now for the second half. He is out of the game, unspecified why, but he will not play the rest of this game. I formation. Lindsey wants to throw on a play action over the middle. Caught by Brockington and a nice pickup on first down. Out across the 35 to about the 39-yard line. PJ yelling at the ref. He thought maybe TJ Hall didn't haul him down, that maybe Brockington fell on top of him. And he kept running, but they blow the play dead.
Regardless, it's a nice play, though. It's something we need.
Yeah,
you got to have a little bit of momentum, a little bit of energy, a little quick play action play. Brockington catches the ball, picks up a first down. Would have been great if he would have scored on that play, but still pick up the first down, move the ball out, and get some positive momentum. And like he said, respond. Get things going here in the second half.
First and 10 from the 39, a gain of 14. Looking at the replay, his right elbow was down, so it was nothing that was a wrong call. Here's a quick hitting little swing pass to Ejeboy, and he has positive yards, a gain of about 2.5 out to the 41.5-yard line. It'll be second and about 7, we'll call it. But watching the replay, he did spin over, but that right arm, the elbow hit down. But his general torso never did hit the ground, but the elbow counts as being down by contact. Ejeboy now in an I formation, under center, and now in motion goes Bibber. So under center is Lindsey, and it's play action to throw. Lindsey flush from the pocket right, no one to throw to, goes deep for Gears, and it is intercepted. TJ Hall had the better position, and Gears didn't try to get in front of it, and the ball stayed in play. That's a better throw to put it up into the bleachers, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's too bad. Just a bad decision there by Drake on that play to throw that ball. That's one that you definitely want to throw over to the security guard or your head coach over on the sideline, but he tried to kind of lay one up there, hoping the Gears would be able to go up and high point that and get it. And unfortunately, on that play, TJ Hall is the one that racks in for his first interception of the season for our Hawkeyes.
Out of bounds at the 17. Hawkeyes will get it there. Lindsey now 9 of 15, 67 yards and the 2 interceptions. Hey, if you're looking for a great career that offers training and opportunities to advance, visit careers.marsden.com to see current openings. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
The game against Rutgers on September 27th recognized the 13th annual Celebrate Ag and Food Day at Huntington Bank Stadium. Both the game broadcast and the presentation inside the stadium celebrated the tireless efforts in the agriculture industry. The Gophers would like to thank the following participating sponsors: Ag Country Farm Credit, Minnesota Biofuels Association, Minnesota Corn Growers Association, Minnesota Pork Board, and the University of Minnesota's College of Food, Agricultural, and Natural Resource Sciences for their continued support.
Hi, it's Andrew Hoiberg from Calcium Products. SO4 pelletized gypsum is the superior sulfur source that delivers the right amount of sulfur, perfectly matching plant needs for yield maximizing plant growth. SO4 consistently performs in trials, providing up to a 13-bushel increase on corn. Ask your agronomist about applying SO4 pelletized gypsum and learn more at calciumproducts.com.
He throws it and it's intercepted.
The Golden Gophers play here. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Domino's Mix and Match menu has items for every occasion. Order 2 or more items for $6.99 each. Ask for this offer 2-item minimum. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. Bone and wings, bread bowl pasta, and pan pizza will cost extra. Local stores set delivery fees and may charge extra for some menu items, crust types, toppings, and sauces.
At RBC Wealth Management, helping the communities where we live and work is at the heart of what we do. That's why we're proud to partner with Gopher Sports on Goldie's Family. At every Gopher home game, Goldie's Family gives a family staying at the Ronald McDonald House an exclusive game day experience. By supporting our youth and their families, RBC Wealth Management strives to make tomorrow better for everyone in our communities. RBC Wealth Management, a division of RBC Capital Markets, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, SIPC.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
Second interception of the day for Iowa, first of the season for TJ Hall, and it will be Hawkeye football from their own 17. Let's go to Justin Gard with a Stephen Carey update.
Where PJ Fleck spent most of that time out talking to Drake Lindsay. He also talked to him after the first interception. Just thinking about it, guys, we talked about how he doesn't lose games very often, right? Cal was probably one of his first losses in a while. He probably also has not played this poorly in a couple of years, too, so it'll be interesting to see how they manage that.
Gophers show blitz. Gronowski rolls right, throws right, has Gill all alone at the 20, spinning forward, took a hard hit from Baranowski, and it's a gain of about 7 to the 29-yard line. Gill, as we've mentioned a couple of times, a transfer from Northwestern. That's his 13th catch of the year. He's out of Raleigh, North Carolina, his second year with Iowa.
Yeah, and Gill, a nice job on that play. But again, everything is working right now for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Their offense to play action. Gronowski gets the ball out on the perimeter to his receiver. He picks up 8 yards on first down. But when the run game works, the play action works, and everyone's paying attention to the quarterback, people have one-on-ones on the perimeter, and right now they're winning them.
Jazian Patterson now the running back for the Hawkeyes. He's got a toss sweep left, trying to find a seam, and dives forward for the first down out to the 27-yard line. Devin Williams, the man on the stop. Patterson was shaken up early in the season as well. He's been out for a few weeks. His first carry in a while, a year ago, in that win for Iowa up in Minneapolis, he had 67 rushing yards. Remember, it was Caleb Johnson, though, last year, who had the big game over 200 yards rushing, 206 in that dominating second half. If you go back to that, boy, I don't want to, but you go to their second half and the first half here back to back, that is a lot of points for one team and no points for the other.
It absolutely is.
Here is McNeil now the running back in motion, and he gets a handoff on a jet action, and he gets clobbered right at the line of scrimmage. Good job there. Baranowski and Nestor combine on the stop. No gain, 2nd and 10 for Iowa.
And that is one of the few times that we won the battle at the line of scrimmage, have some penetration in the backfield. And then I was concerned. I always kind of can't help but watch Gronowski at the end of the play, and we stayed home on him as well. But that also shows you, when you pay attention to everyone, that those one-on-ones, eventually someone's going to lose. But right there, we did a great job. No gain on first down.
2nd and 10. Under center, Gronowski. Running back now is Moulton. And it's a handoff to him left side. Boy, some crunching down there. Our effects feed picked up that, a gain of 2. Baranowski again lowers the boom there. Yeah, the second half last year was 24-0. Minnesota led it 14-7 up at Huntington Bank Stadium. 24-0 second half, 31-0 second half here. So you do the math. What's that, about 48-0 and basically 4 quarters of football there. That's
it is. Yeah.
Not good. 3rd and 8 here for Iowa. 31 zip. We're nearing 5 minutes into this third quarter. Moulton is the running back out of the pistol set, wide side of the right. Gronowski wants to throw. Blitz comes, throws, caught. Gill short of the first by a yard. It's a gain of about 7 to the 36. Kerry Brown on the coverage and the stop. A Securian, great coverage moment. And let's see what Iowa does here, up 31-0 on 4th and 1 from its own 36. And the offense is coming off the field to the moans and groans of the Hawkeye faithful here, and the punter Dakin will come on. They wanted to go for it, Darryl.
I don't blame them. It seems like everything's going their way. They could go for it. Might as well go for it when you're ahead by 31 points. Right now, you're kind of like, why not punt the ball and allow your defense to get a little bit of work, right, Mike?
Yep, Gophers stay in their base, and the kick is away. Parrish deep this time. Good booming punt. And Parrish looks late, fair catch. Maybe got brushed there. No flag at the 18. And that's where the Gophers will take over when we come back. Washburn McCreevy Funeral Chapels and Cremation Services, family-owned and celebrating over 165 years of serving families in the Twin Cities. Proud supporters of Gopher football. Visit their webpage at washburnmccreevy.com. 31-zip, Hawkeyes leading Minnesota. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
In Gopher country, you don't accept the status quo. You demand more. More action. More glory. More, period. That's why you belong in a Kloss. If you're made for more, Kloss equipment was made for you. From combines and forage harvesters to tractors and hay tools, Kloss machines deliver more efficiency, more performance, and more confidence, helping you score big every season. Visit Kloss.com. That's CLAAS.com to learn more.
Flint Hills Resources Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemont is celebrating 70 years of producing fuels that move us forward. For generations, the tall columns and bright lights have made Pine Bend a landmark seen for miles. As a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics, Flint Hills also celebrates the workers and innovations that make Pine Bend one of the nation's most advanced refineries. Learn more at pinebendrefinery.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Marsden is a full-service building maintenance provider servicing Gopher Nation since 1952. Marsden has job openings throughout the Twin Cities area and is seeking motivated team members to join our crew. If you have a valid Minnesota driver's license and a reliable vehicle, we want you. Earn over $15 an hour working a full-time cleaning route in your neighborhood. Marsden offers benefits and training and is an equal opportunity employer. If you want a great job with great pay, join our ever-expanding team of building maintenance professionals by visiting marsden.com or call 651-641-1717.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Ask Nesbitt Agency in Minnetonka if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Gopher fans, turn to the experts at CenterPoint Energy for high-efficiency natural gas equipment rebates for your home and business. See why using natural gas is better for the budget and the environment. For more info, go to centerpointenergy.com/save energy. Gophers trying to get something going, just 61 yards of total offense, -6 rushing yards. Toss to Ejiboy left side, and he breaks out of one tackle, but gets a couple to the 20. Couldn't get out of the second. Lutmer on the stop for Iowa. And now Ejiboy is up late.
Looks like
and there's also Brockington injured as well. Ejiboy's limping back to the huddle, favoring the left leg. And Brockington stays seated on the turf as the training staff, Mike Sipniak and Joe Wisniewski, and now P.J. Fleck, the head coach, go out to attend to their injured senior receiver. 31-zip as Minnesota tries to get something positive going here. Interception on the first possession of this third quarter. In a hurry, don't worry. Cub delivers. Get fresh meat, produce, everyday essentials, and more delivered to your door. Cub, proud to support Gopher Athletics for over 20 years. We're going to take a timeout while they attend to Lemecki Brockington, the senior out of Moultrie, Georgia. He is still on the deck, sitting up, but they're attending to his one of his lower extremities there. Timeout. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Sky U Ma. Start strong this fall with a furnace tune-up from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Schedule today and save $30 this October with flexible appointments to keep your home cozy. Visit standardheating.com today.
Are you looking for concert or sports tickets? As a local Minnesota company, Ticket King is a company you can trust. They have seats to fit every budget and even offer parking or tailgating passes, and all tickets are guaranteed. Each order is personally attended to by one of our dedicated customer service representatives who are committed to providing you with a courteous, professional, quick, convenient experience. Visit us at ticketkingonline.com or call us directly at 612-341-4131.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Do you want the best deal in town? Goldie's Kids Club, presented by Dick's House of Sport, is the official kids club of Golden Gopher Athletics. And for only $35, each member receives an exclusive member t-shirt, a wall flag, free admission to the majority of Gopher Athletic home events, and more. Don't wait. Join the team today at gophersports.com.
It's Gopher football season, and it's time to get your furnace tuned up. Standard heating and air conditioning makes it easy with fast scheduling. And this October, save $30 on your furnace tune-up. Stay warm all season long. Visit standardheating.com.
Live from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher Football.
9:38 to go. Welcome back. 31-0. Iowa leads Minnesota. Justin Gard on the sideline. Can you tell us about Lemecki Brockington?
Well, right now he's kind of where the quarterbacks would sit. He's not in the injury tent, but it looks like they're working on something with his right leg. He's kind of working it out like he's hoping to get back into the game. That's what I would expect. He's just kind of chilling over here, but seems like it's a right leg injury.
All right, thank you. That's a Stephen Carey update. The gain of 2 on the run play. And Cam Davis now, and I mentioned Ichiboy was getting up slow too. He did not get medical attention, but he came off the field, and Cam Davis now into the game. 2nd and 7. Crowd still here, still talking defense. A few of the students have left. A few empties now in the upper part of that student section to our right. 31 zip. Lindsey waits for the snap, wants to throw right. Now looking back left, hit and sacked. And that is their big defensive end, Ethan Herkett, out of Cedar Rapids Xavier High School. And he now has 4 sacks on the year, dropped back at the 12, and it's 3rd down and long for Minnesota. And it is just stuck in reverse for the maroon and gold.
Stuck in reverse, and I just feel like, that was a covered sack, a sack where Drake needs to figure out a way to get rid of the ball. Throw down your check down route, Cam Davis on that play. Allow him, even if it's just a 1-yard gain, allow him to just try and make a move and pick something up. But losing 5 yards on that play is painful. 3rd down and 15. Not a lot of plays in your playbook for that.
From their own 12, in motion, a Gopher receiver. Lindsey throws to that guy, and that is Tracy. Puts on a move at the 19, and he's a tag team there. Herkett and Wampa on the combined tackle, and it's 4th and about 9 here. And see, the punt unit is going to come on for Minnesota.
And like you talked about, Mike, kicking to one of the most dangerous return men in the country with this Caden Wengen, and he already has 1 punt return for a touchdown. I'd be very, very cautious about kicking the ball to him.
By the way, that punt return ties him with Tim Dwight for most returns for touchdowns in program history. Tim Dwight, one of the all-time greats in college football history at punt and kick returns. He did them both. Here's Weegan on the run at midfield, and luckily the kick was angled far enough that he got hit and chipped out of there, but it was a Gopher at the end who was injured on the tackle. Is that Sukup maybe, the long snapper that got over there? Hard to tell. I probably shouldn't have said that. I don't know. Yeah, it is. Let's see, that Kingsbury, I think, put the lick on him. He is up and looking like he's going to be all right. So that's good news. But they're in Minnesota territory on the punt and the return to the 47-yard line of Minnesota. It's 31-0. And let's see, they're telling us it is a break time, so we'll take the break. Stay with us from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth. This is Golden Gopher Football from Learfield.
Gopher fans, make the most of your stay in the Twin Cities by staying at the Gopher Athletics Preferred Hotel, Courtyard, Minneapolis downtown. Our preferred hotel offers convenient location, competitive pricing, and a wide variety of amenities to suit any Gopher fan. Visit gophersports.com/preferred hotels for more information and to book your next stay. Courtyard, Minneapolis downtown is a proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics.
Save money with Unleaded 88. Also known as E15, Unleaded 88 costs on average 10 to 20 cents less than regular gas at the pump. In fact, in 2024, Minnesotans saved over $24 million at the pump with Unleaded 88. So find one of over 500 Minnesota stations offering Unleaded 88 at mnfuels.com or download the Minnesota Biofuels Locator app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store and begin saving with Unleaded 88. Minnesota Biofuels Association. Minnesota-grown energy for today and tomorrow.
The Gophers play here all season long. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
It's a long football season. As a fan, it takes dedication, it takes commitment, it takes sacrifice, it takes 100%. We wouldn't ask you to give anything less since Cheez-It is made with 100% real cheese. Football is here and we 100% want and need the cheesy, crunchy snack that keeps us coming back for more. Grab your friends and go after what you really want. A box of irresistible Cheez-It crackers. The perfect snack while you cheer on your favorite team. Want it, need it, Cheez-It.
Golden Gopher football support comes from Flint Hills Resources, Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemount, celebrating 70 years of producing fuels that help move us forward. Flint Hills Resources are proud of the company they keep, including many community partners that help make Minnesota a better place to live and learn. Partnerships like the Ordway Center, celebrating 25 years of supporting the Flint Hills Family Festival. Learn more at pinebendrefinery.com.
Gopher fans, don't miss out on the Gopher Garden, the pregame fan fest presented by Huntington Bank, located on Oak Street outside the stadium. Gopher Garden opens 3 hours before every home game. Catch the Gopher Football Tailgate Radio Show, enjoy the Minnesota Marching Band's pregame concert, and experience the excitement leading up to kickoff. Next week, Minnesota, 2:30 kickoff, hosting Michigan State. Iowa leading here 31-zip. Moulton, the running back. Hawkeyes have the ball from the Minnesota 48. It's like a change of play here, and they offset the I formation now. The fullback is Orthworth. And it's a spin and a handoff to Moulton, and he's got himself some positive yards inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line before Coy Parrish makes the tackle. 31-zip. I pulled a Justin Guard, Dan Barrero on the air. My math is terrible on air. I said 48. Now it's actually worse. It's 55 straight points now Iowa has scored in this series. They scored 24-0 last year in the second half and 31-0 first half this year. So that's 55.
And they're on a roll here, and it looks like they're going to get some points out of this drive. That stretch play, the handoff with the running back reads anywhere from the center all the way to the tight end spot has been successful for Iowa for a long time, and Moulton is having a lot of success with it right here.
And here's a play action, a little dump off pass. That is Ortworth down the sideline with a lot of room, hit inside the 25 and cartwheeled up to about the 24. Kerry Brown eventually brings him down, but not before it's a nice gain and a first down. That'll get him up over 220 total yards of offense. And Guardsy, if you could pass along my apology to Mr. Barrero for taking a stray there. I had to include you guys in on that so that you guys wouldn't feel left out on the bad math on the air.
It's not as easy as it looks to do math live on the air. A regular math problem that's no issue any other time of the day. You're on the radio, all of a sudden it becomes much more difficult.
You become like a kindergartner.
Exactly.
I need an abacus up here.
A tutor.
Unfortunately, it was even worse than I thought at 55-0. Here's a sack. That is good news. Matt Kingsbury gets his second sack in as many weeks. He's now at 2.5 sacks, and that's all the way back to the 27-yard line. Iowa 2 now with a 31-0 lead. At some point, they got to start thinking about, right? Gronowski's been pulled from 2 games due to injury. How much longer do you keep that young man in, just especially a guy that likes to run, to protect him? Because the Hawkeyes holding on here, they get to 6-2 and 4-1. They've got some stuff to play for. They're still in the hunt for a few things.
Oh, they just might want to hand the ball off a little bit more and just kind of limit his opportunities to pass the ball just to make things a little bit more safe. But nice job on the coverage there. Gronowski had to eat that ball there, and Kingsbury able to come up with the sack.
Under center now, Gronowski on 2nd and 15. And it is a handoff to Moulton, and that's a run blitz, and that's a tackle for a loss. And that was Anthony Smith, the first man there, Darius Green, John Nestor, Jackson Howard, all in the neighborhood. And so now they have gone in reverse a little bit, back to the 29-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 16 now. In fact, we'll call it 3rd and 5 officially.
I'll see if,
15, third and 15
if Iowa dials up potentially taking a shot here off some play action. They've not had a ton of success with it. It seems like it's been better when they kind of have a play action to throw the ball underneath, but we haven't given up the big plays so far today.
Xavier Williams now the running back, stands to the left of the quarterback Gronowski. That's the wide side of the field. Spot of the ball on the right hash. The center is Logan Jones hovering over the football. It is a straight handoff right side. Run blitz Nestor, and he tackles him a gain of 1. Oh, Nestor a little late, kind of flip of the leg. I'm sure emotions running for him as he's facing his old team and having to, kind of take a piece of humble pie here. But he did get the nice tackle there, and it's 31-0, 4th and 14, and the field goal unit comes on. A 46-yard attempt here from Drew Stevens, who actually has struggled 2 of his last 5. He did hit one earlier today. And this will be a 44-yard attempt. He's 2 of 5 between 40 and 49. This kick is on the way, and this one is good. So it continues to go well for Iowa, and it's 34-0 with that kick. And it ends up being a 6-play, 20-yard drive, and it covered 340, 46-yard field goal. And for Stevens, he's now 16 of 21 on the season. Is your child ready to shine as a Quick Trip official kickoff kid? Well, imagine your child leading the charge at a Gopher football home game and kicking off the action in front of thousands of cheering fans. Simply download the Quick Rewards app, enter the fan zone, and sign up your child for a chance to experience a chance to win the experience of a lifetime, only with Quick Trip. Our thanks to them. 34-zip here, DT, and the Gophers need to find something in the tank just to get something positive going.
Just get something positive going for yourself. When you're down by 34 points at the end of the 3rd quarter, there's not very much opportunity to come back without all kinds of mistakes and mishaps happening, which are most likely not going to happen. So you need to kind of find that momentum. You're playing for pride, you're playing for yourself, and you're also playing because you want to have some energy and momentum going into the next game.
Tanner Hoops will give us a scoreboard update coming up between quarters. Still 4 minutes to get to that point, 4:06. Stevens will kick off. Parrish deep along with Cam Davis. The approach from Stevens, right foot to it, high end over and kick, sails into the end zone. So the Gopher offense trying to get something on the board.
Something on the board, and also something on the heart and something on the mind to get a little bit of that momentum and energy that you've had the last couple of games. So Greg Harbaugh has got his hands full trying to figure out exactly what it is, and obviously it certainly does not help not having Darius Taylor here from early in the first quarter on. So the offense has their hands full.
Lindsey 10 of 16, 75 yards, little shovel pass, and that is taken by Davis, and he motors his way forward out across the 30 and a nice little gain of 6 or 7. Oh, and some late tempers flare. An official comes flying in there to try to get Wampa away from the running back. Gophers run a little 2-minute offense here, trying to hustle things up, see if they can't gain some momentum that way. Gain of 8, 2nd and 2 from the 32. To throw is Lindsey underneath, caught by Davis, spinning out of 1 tackle, and then spins to about the 37. Move the sticks. Jaden Montgomery on the stop. Good move there. The spin and a reverse pivot, and then a Hawkeye grabbed him by the ankle, and then the rest of them caught up. But a good move.
Was a nice move by Cam Davis, and I do think he's just a little bit more comfortable coming out of the backfield than Femi.
Good thing here is Brockington is back into the game after he was taken out. Here's a handoff right side. Good block out there, and the gain for Davis is out across the 45. Late flag just now comes in, long time after the play was over.
Very late.
It's a gain of about 9 out to the 41, and the center judge came in late. Let's watch the replay to see if we see anything late. Etchinger makes the stop. They're having a long discussion about this.
after the play was over. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 44, Iowa. 15-yard penalty from the dead ball spot. That's his first penalty toward disqualification. Automatic first down.
That is Kenneth Merriweather, sophomore defensive end. Couldn't see anything, but that was well after the play. So I don't know if it was verbally or there was a shove or a push. No look at a replay yet on that. So we'll try to see what we see there. Right now, though, it's first down. Gophers have marched to the 39. Lindsey to throw. Wings it out to the right side. Ejiboy, and then he lost his footing trying to put on a move. Hawkeyes were in good position, and that's a loss of a couple on the pass to the right flat.
That's one thing you notice when Iowa swarms to the ball. They always swarm with leverage, and they don't miss on tackles very much. So they're patient when they get to the ball. They swarm, they get there with leverage, and they force the ball carrier to make a play.
2nd and 13, now outside the 40 to the 42. Davis staying in at running back. 34-0 Iowa. Davis in motion. Here's a quick hitting pass high, but Brockington makes the catch, and he is swarmed over there. Another short pass and a gain of 1. Wampa on the stop.
And we had some success with that earlier in the game, Mike, with Lemke Brockington out on the perimeter, being able to make a move. And Iowa is, I wouldn't say they are. I'd say they're hip to it. They get to the ball, and they really limit where Lemke has an opportunity to go on that play. Actually, what a 2-yard loss.
3rd and 2. Ejiboy now the running back. 4 receivers set, 3 to the left, including a tight end. And now there's motion, and let's see if there was what wouldn't be encroachment, but possibly offsides first. I think the Gopher reacted. Nathan Roy backpedaled because the Hawkeye jumped, but let's see if that's what they agree with here.
Offside, number 90, in the neutral zone, causing the offensive player to react. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So that helps. It goes from 3rd and 11 to 3rd and 6. The man who jumped was Brian Allen, junior out of Lake in the Hill, Illinois. How about that for a name? Lake in the Hill. Where are you from? Lake in the Hill. 3rd down and 6. Running back is Ejiboy, wide side to the left, 2 receivers that way. And the crowd wanted motion on Roy. I think he did jump early, no flag. Lindsey rolls, throws, good catch, and then dropped. And now a flag comes in late on Lutmer, I believe. Possible targeting there. The Gopher receiver was, well, the receiver was Ejiboy, but there's an injured Gopher behind that play, and that is Kenrick Lanier.
I don't know if he got hit as well, but it did look like it was halo on Ejiboy. I don't see if Lanier got hit too, but he might have.
Yeah, Lanier got hit in the back by Wampa.
Number 4 defense with targeting. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Now that play
is under further review.
Yeah, thank you. I was just about to say that play will be under review. So Lanier's injured. He got blocked in the back on that play by Wampa. And that was not the call. The other play was a potential targeting. I said Lutmer, but it was actually Entringer, the other safety. No, it was on Entringer. He came in and
that's a defensive player.
At a minimum, that's got to be the blindside variety of the hit. Because if they take the targeting off, the whole thing I think comes off. But at a minimum, that's got to be blindside block. I don't know because it wasn't helmet to helmet. He is defenseless in the sense that it's a blindside block. So
I'm surprised he even did it. That's pretty. People just don't do that anymore. It would be kind of normal just to kind of take people out, just to have them their heads a little bit more on a swivel. But that plays that hit and coaching that's actually been kind of taken out of the game.
Well, the review sponsored by Planet Fitness. The officials are going to make a judgment, but you won't be judged at Planet Fitness, home to the judgment-free zone. Go to planetfitness.com to learn how you can join the judgment-free zone. The crowd's booing because, again, it's not helmet to helmet, but that's not the only thing. If it's a shoulder to if this is determined a defenseless receiver, I mean, I think you could argue Lutmer also targeted there on Ejiboy, and that was not.
Review. The contact was shoulder to shoulder. Yeah. There is no foul for targeting. However, the 15-yard penalty, personal foul, will still be enforced. 15 yards, automatic first down.
They're going to keep the penalty on because of the, I'm guessing, the blindside unnecessary nature of that hit. As you said, Daryl, that's the kind of hit they're trying to keep out of football. There's a way that they're now trying to coach it where you go in with your hands up and just kind of shield as you run. That hit is not a hit you want guys to be making in football.
It's just unnecessary. They used to teach it to just, to have people so they wouldn't, kind of run through zones and things like that, but they just have taken out of the game because of just like what happened right there. People were getting injured, knocked out, and hurt. So trying to just make the game a little safer. Not a good hit.
So they move the ball. The 15-yard penalty moves the ball to the 20. And it'll be first down, Gophers. Cam Davis, the running back. Coleman goes in motion. Here's a quick toss left side for Davis, and that play is strung out. There are 4 Hawkeyes and only Davis. Ettringer amongst others, and it's a loss of 5, DT. There was nobody there to help out poor Cam Davis.
Yeah, sometimes you try to just have a little quick pitch out there to use your speed to get out to the perimeter. This is one team that really rallies to the ball, and I talked about it earlier in this drive, rallying to the ball with leverage. And if you have a group of guys that are doing that, and Iowa has done that since the Parker defenses from Norm to their current defense coordinator, Phil Parker. You do not want to try to outflank this defense. They will get to you.
Yeah, they just stay home. They stay in the spot. They know where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, deception isn't going to work very much against these guys, that's for sure. Second and officially 14. Gears goes in motion. Snap to Lindsey. Rolls right. Throws to Ijiboy. And he bobbled the football, and it's incomplete. It wouldn't have been a gain of anything anyway, because, again, the Hawkeyes were all over it. Lutmer was the man in coverage, and it's now third down and 14. It's almost, we said this, I think, a couple of years ago, too. It's almost at times like it looks like Iowa's playing with 12 guys out there, because every piece of the field's covered, because they only guard 11 or 12 yards. There's never a threat that you're going to go downfield much. So there's guys everywhere filling the space.
Well, you're right. There are guys everywhere. They also have penetration at the line of scrimmage, which allows your guys on the back end to be a lot more aggressive.
No doubt about it, 100%. 4 down linemen, third and long. 34-0. Under 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Rolling right is Lindsey. Fires, and it is caught by Brockington. Does a good job to stay up with his left hand, and he's out of bounds shy of the first down. Ettringer takes him out of bounds, and that will stop the clock for the moment. Now it starts, and that will bring us to an end of the third quarter. Now, let's see, did the Gophers take a timeout here? They did. I think they're going to send the field goal unit on, and they want to stay with the wind at their back, I think.
The first charge of the half. Please reset the game clock to 7 seconds.
So they'll try the field goal with the wind here in a 34-zip game. 7 seconds on the clock. Lutmer almost had his second pick six there. He was about 8 inches from picking that ball off in the flat, and that would have been a pick six as well. Luckily for Minnesota, Brockington was able to snag it as it's whistled by Lutmer, and then turned up and got about 6 yards.
It was actually a good throw by Drake.
No doubt.
Be a little bit lower on the outside, right? Or you're right, Lutmer would have picked that ball off because he was in his hip pocket.
So, and he threw it right where he had to throw it so that guy wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
It was dicey, but at this point, you throw caution to the wind. So 34-zip field goal unit comes on, trying to avoid a shutout here. And for Denneberg on the season, he's 9 of 12 field goal wise. This will be a 34-yard attempt, spot of the ball on the right hash. Out of the hold of Tom Weston. Late sub coming in. That's Montgomery. Snap back, spot down, kick is up, and it's good, and the shutout is over. 34-3, and it stops over the course of 2 games. A 55-0 Gophers on the bad end of a 55-0 Iowa run.
Yeah.
34-3, 3 seconds to go in the third quarter. Tanner Hoops will have a scoreboard update from Scoreboard Central, and then after he's done with that, he's going to hustle over to the hockey arena back home, 3M Arena at Mariucci, Minnesota, and Minnesota Duluth. Many of these Gopher Radio Network stations will have that game coming up later on tonight. Gopher basketball got a nice win over North Dakota by 20 today, and we'll have some details as the basketball season gets started officially with real games on November the 3rd. Gardner Webb coming to Williams Arena. Gophers.com for that. That field goal, Old Dutch proudly donates $250 to the Golden Gopher Fund. Old Dutch Foods is proud to be a longtime supporter of the Gophers and the University of Minnesota. Old Dutch Foods, alumni-owned, Minnesota-made, quality snacks since 1934. 34-3, 10-play, 59-yard drive, took 4:03, and that is the Affinity Drive Summary, sponsored by Affinity Plus. With this and all scoring drives this season, Affinity Plus donates $150 to Special Olympics Minnesota. Caden Weegan is deep, and Denneberg will be the kickoff man. Weegan, a kid out of nearby Williamsburg, Iowa. The kick, little sidewinding knuckleball, sails into the end zone. And with 3 seconds left, there'll be one more play here of this third quarter for Iowa. They'll have it from their own 25. Hey, if you're on the go and want to stay connected to live college sports anywhere in the country, then download the free Varsity Network app, available on Apple and on Android. With new features this season, it's easier than ever to listen live and keep up with your favorite teams. Don't miss a moment. Get the Varsity Network app right now. Minnesota with 87 total yards, Iowa 225, so neither team has really poured it on offensively, particularly here in the second half. But in fact, each team with a field goal, just 6 total points in that third quarter.
Wow, it's probably taking a little bit of their foot off the gas a little bit with the success they had in the first half with 31 points.
Here's Gronowski. He wants to throw. Blitz comes from Brown. They pick it up, and the throw's at the feet of Gill, and that will now officially bring us to the end of the third quarter. Listen to all things college sports, including live games and talk on Sirius XM College Sports Radio, Channel 84, and streaming on the Sirius XM app. We're going to set it back here. It's 34-3 in Iowa City. Iowa leading Minnesota. Tanner Hoops is back home in Scoreboard Central, and he'll get us up to date.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Plenty to get you updated on, by the way. It is a Cubs scoreboard update. One other Big Ten game in progress. Number 23, Illinois is on the road taking on Washington. Washington built an early lead. They're up 28-17 with 1:53 to go in the third quarter of that one. A fun one down south. Number 4, Alabama's on the road taking on South Carolina. The Tide got on the board with a defensive touchdown. South Carolina a couple of field goals, but Bama retook the lead with this.
In motion, Bernard. Simpson looking, firing, catch, touchdown. Josh Cuevas makes the grab in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. 4 yards on the strike, and Bama converts on the 4th and goal with 1:45 to play.
Yeah, the Gamecocks would respond with the touchdown, but missed the 2-point conversion. Bama leads 14-12 with 10:31 to go in the third quarter of that game. Number 10, Vanderbilt hosting number 15, Mizzou. It's 10-3 Vandy, 2:40 to go in the third quarter of that game. Mizzou quarterback Bo Pribula was carted off the field with an apparent leg injury. Iowa State's at home taking on number 11, BYU. The Cyclones building an early lead with this.
First and goal from the 3, and here's a direct snap to Hansen. He runs it off the left side, and is he in or not? I thought he was.
He's way in.
It's close.
He's in.
He is in for the touchdown. Carson Hansen with his second rushing touchdown of the day.
It would appear all Iowa State, but BYU has come storming back. They have a 27-24 lead in Ames with 4:33 to go in the third quarter there. Number 14, Texas Tech, looking to bounce back after a tough one last week. They lead Oklahoma State 28-0. That game is at the half. 21st ranked Cincinnati leading Baylor 24-6. 12:49 to go in the third quarter of that game. Mississippi State has number 22, Texas, on upset alert. The Bulldogs lead 24-14. That game is at halftime. 2 games that have gone final around the country and around the Big Ten. Number 18, South Florida, upset on the road by unranked Memphis. 34-31 was the final. Number 2, Indiana, wasted no time as they flexed their muscles against UCLA.
2 receivers far side, 1 near. He's going to throw it this time. It's picked up by Aiden Fisher. He's going to go the distance. Touchdown! Immediately, Indiana comes up with a tremendous play. Aiden Fisher picks off the pass and runs it in the end zone for a touchdown, and Indiana takes the lead.
And that set the tone against a surging UCLA team. 56-6 Ole Hoosiers today in Bloomington. 7th-ranked Georgia Tech, no problems with Syracuse. They win 41-16. 16th-ranked Virginia goes on the road. They pick up an overtime victory at North Carolina, 17-16. Number 8, Ole Miss, they come back and defeat number 13 Oklahoma and Norman 34-26 was the final there. Nebraska bounces back. They get a 28-21 victory over Northwestern elsewhere in the Big Ten, and Rutgers a 27-24 winner at Purdue. Our score, 3 quarters in the books. The Gophers looking for a magical fourth quarter, trailing Iowa 34-3. Back over to you guys at Kinnick.
Yeah, we'd love some magic here at Kinnick. Thank you. Good work, Tanner Hoops. He's off to do hockey tonight, like we said. You can hear that on many of these Gopher Radio Network stations. 34-3 here, Iowa the ball to start the fourth. Time for an affiliate salute presented by Minnesota Corn, proud to create opportunities for family farmers while enhancing the quality of life for rural communities and all Minnesotans. Learn more at mncorn.org. 10 seconds on the Gopher Sports Network. Jazzy and Patterson on the first play of the fourth quarter. A handoff slicing through for a gain of about 5. Coy Parrish hauls him down at about the 30. And it's 3rd and 5 now for Iowa. Minnesota trailing 34-3. I like Tanner's optimism. He said, how about going to take some magic? That's going to take Houdini and whoever else. Copperfield, you name the magician. It
might take a couple musicians to make it happen here in the fourth quarter for the Gophers, and some breaks as well.
Darius Green comes out. Aiden Gooseby comes in at the safety position. And it's 3rd and 5 here. Iowa on 3rd down today. 3 of 9. In motion, Weegan. Iowa just 231 yards of offense with 34 points. Gronowski to throw, and he throws it low and nearly intercepted as he dirted it right in front of his intended target, Gill. Baranowski and Mentz in coverage, a linebacker and a defensive end, and Iowa will have to punt, leading here 34-3.
Good job of making Gronowski pull up in the pocket there, and pretty nice coverage on the back end there for the Gophers as well. But Gronowski doing what he's kind of supposed to do, throw it low and to his receiver where he might have to make a phenomenal catch, and Gill cannot come up with that one. I don't think that was really a catchable ball for Jacob Gill on that play.
Parrish deep, Reese Dakin on to punt. The Australian stands at his own 15. Coy Parrish at his own about 26-yard line. About 48 yards downfield. End over end kick. Parrish waves for the fair catch at the 30 and takes it right there. And Minnesota down 34-3 will have it from there when we come back from the Federated Insurance broadcast booth. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Preparation is the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Gophers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pre-game routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Gopher Pride, powered locally.
The human heart. It doesn't take days off, or hours, minutes, or seconds for that matter. It just keeps beating in steadfast, unrelenting service to each of us. So when your heart needs medical care, doesn't it deserve the most advanced treatments available, delivered by nationally recognized physicians and surgeons? Show your heart some love. Take it to mHealth Fairview. Visit mhealthfairview.org/heartcare to learn more.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today. You heard that right. Conquer the stair climber with your partner in climb. Enjoy a post-workout recovery session in the hydro massage, and do it all again with access to any of our 2,700 convenient locations. So, you coming? Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month. See Club for details.
Prairie Farms is a proud supporter of Gopher Athletics and the Student Athlete of the Month. Each time you purchase Prairie Farms dairy products, you are supporting local farm families right here in Minnesota. We're committed to providing the highest quality, award-winning dairy products for your family to enjoy. Visit prairiefarms.com for recipes, coupons, and enter for a chance to win dairy prize packages. Support Minnesota dairy farmers and remember to drink local with Prairie Farms.
Still 14 13:02 to play here in this one. Minnesota trailing Iowa 34-3. It's a blackout here in Iowa City, and it might have paid to be blacked out because it has not been good if you're wearing maroon or gold, or the Gophers on this blackout wearing white here. It has been all the back in black Iowa Hawkeyes here, DT.
Yes, it absolutely has been, and just been able to stop, and everything that could kind of go wrong for us went. We struggled in the quarterback, a running back got hurt, we had a pick six, and then a punt return for a touchdown. So a lot of things that went wrong, that could go wrong, went wrong.
Malachi Coleman in motion, play action for Lindsey to throw, has time, dumps it off underneath Davis, and he dropped it. Cam Davis, who on the season has 14 catches out of the backfield, couldn't hang on to that one. And again, you're right, just everything that the little things you need to do. And
you just need to catch that ball right there. You know, they set up the screen. They have a couple guys running deep. You throw the ball underneath, help to pick up, 5 or 6 yards, get a little momentum going offensively, and then unable to hang on to the ball from someone who's had actually done a pretty good job of catching the ball so far this season. You're right, Mike, the 14 catches that he does have.
Remember, no Darius Taylor. He has one carry, then has been injured or out since. Here's Ejeboy on a handoff, and a great tackle there coming in was Landon Van Kekerix. He's out of Rock Valley, Iowa. And a gain of about a yard out to the 31. It'll bring up a 3rd and 9 here for Minnesota. Just a field goal and only 87 total yards here. As we've mentioned, it is pretty much all Hawkeyes in this one so far. Iowa at 5-2 would go to 6-2 and then 4-1 in the Big Ten. Next week they're off, and then they host Oregon here. That becomes a pretty intriguing game, I think, in a couple of weeks here.
Sure does.
3rd and 9 for Minnesota. Ashton Beers snaps to Lindsey. Straight drop, fires over the middle for his tight end Gears, and that is in traffic, and he couldn't hang on. He was trying to make almost a catch from over the shoulder of the defender as the throw came in, got his hands on it. That was Buffington, and just couldn't quite make it. That would have been probably too much to ask. That would have been a phenomenal catch, but Iowa now starting to get in some of their backups. That's Cam Buffington, a linebacker. It was Van Kekerix, a linebacker earlier. Those guys, and that's when your developmental program, now's the time to play some of these guys, because next year they're the bodies you plug in, right?
No, absolutely. Yeah, you will need those people to play in the future.
Here's the punt away by Weston on 4th down, and Weegan working right. Ooh, and we got some tempers flaring over there as he catches at about the 33 and gets out to about the 36. And that brings us to another break. 34-3, 13 minutes even to play in the football game. From the Federated Insurance broadcast booth, this is Golden Gopher Football from Learfield.
A DWI will cost you about $10,000 and possibly so much more. That's a sobering reality. Drive sober. Drive smart.
Extra enforcement now on Minnesota roads. A message from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
Minnesota's family corn farmers are committed to doing right by their land, families, and communities. Each year, corn farmers invest in research and technologies that increase on-farm productivity and efficiency. They develop markets and biopolymers to reduce emissions and boost rural economies. And they support scholarships and educational opportunities for the next generation of farmers. Minnesota Corn Farmers, creating opportunities for the future of agriculture. Learn more at mncorn.org.
This is Mike Grimm, voice of the Golden Gophers. As a business owner, do you have a game plan in place to stay focused on safety and preventing claims? Let our team help support your business. Federated Insurance offers a customizable lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you continue your winning streak. At Federated Mutual Insurance Company, it's our business to protect yours. Proud partner of Golden Gopher Athletics.
The game against Rutgers on September 27th recognized the 13th annual Celebrate Ag and Food Day at Huntington Bank Stadium. Both the game broadcast and the presentation inside the stadium celebrated the tireless efforts in the agriculture industry. Gopher fans, we can all be proud of the continued efforts, results, and the talented people that work in these industries to provide a sustainable food supply with so many changing variables. The Gophers would like to thank the presenting sponsors of this event: CHS, Compeer Financial, Undeniably Dairy, and Beck's.
Golden Gopher Football takes on the Michigan State Spartans on Saturday, November 1st. Get your tickets now at gophersports.com.
Welcome back to Gopher Football on the Gophers Sports Network from Learfield.
Well, a long afternoon here at Kinnick, as it has been often for the Gophers, but punt return, touchdown, pick six, touchdown for Iowa, 31-0 at half, 34-3 Hawkeyes right now. And to make matters worse, not to rain on the parade, but Justin Guard, you're now getting wet.
Yeah, it's a smattering of rain. When I read the forecast earlier, the 5 Eyewitness News forecast, it said that rain wasn't coming until maybe later in the evening. That's all right, though. We're okay. It's not too bad. The band got soft. They've got their ponchos on over there. Yeah. We're going to gut it out here. If you're an Iowa fan, though, how much do you love life when you factor in what you've done to some of your biggest rivals this season? A 37 rip against Wisconsin, now 34-3 here with 13 minutes to go. They've got Nebraska still coming up on the schedule. You judge yourself on your rivals, right? And they're living right this season.
They're 41-11, 31-11 in their last 42 against the rivals that have the trophy games. Here's a little end around for Weegan, and boy, he is slippery as he slips out of a couple and has a gain of about 8 out to the 45-yard line. Parrish brings him down, and yeah, that's they have had success against Wisconsin, Iowa, and Nebraska. You're correct. An injured Gopher down there is the former Hawkeye. That's John Nestor, who's had a really good year for Minnesota. Missed last week's game though against Nebraska, and they're going to attend to him, and they're going to tell us it's time for immediate timeout. Let's find out which school will win the Learfield Directors Cup for the top program in college athletics for the upcoming year. You can do that by checking out your favorite school at L Directors Cup on the X platform, or go online to directorscup.com. Winners will be announced in June 2026. The Learfield Directors Cup was powered by NACDA, the crowning achievement in college athletics. 34-3, Iowa leading Minnesota. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Beats, bites, and big plays start here. Mystic Lake's Hop House is now open. Turn up the volume with live music every weekend. Savor all-star flavors that bring the heat, surrounded by wall-to-wall game day action. Legendary nights are on tap at the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination, Hop House. Now open at Mystic Lake Casino Hotel, proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Details at mysticlake.com.
For coverage that plays smart and care that goes the distance, you can count on the latest offerings from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. It's a simplified health plan designed by Coop Health, proud sponsor of Gopher Football. See what you'll pay before you even schedule a medical appointment, so you can confidently tackle healthcare costs. Plus, you'll have access to the trusted Blue Cross network, so you have a choice when it comes to your care team. Learn more at bluecrossmn.com/COUPE.
Spin your head, Goldie Gopher. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
Need a little help starting your day? Your Twin Cities and St. Cloud area Chick-fil-A has delicious breakfast options just for you. Whether it's the Chicken Minis, Egg White Grill, or the classic Chick-fil-A Chicken Biscuit served on a freshly baked buttermilk biscuit. Enjoy breakfast with Chick-fil-A served until 10:30.
Some things are easier said than done, like packing your carry-on and getting everything to fit. Whew. Other things are easier done than said, like getting $350 cash back when you open a new TrueStone checking account, so you can bag back some cash back to stash in your backpack. Hard to say, but easy to do, because our digital switch kit makes setting up your new TrueStone checking account practically effortless. Easy and $350? It's true, because we're TrueStone. Open by December 31st, and within 60 days, set up a $5,000 direct deposit and e-statements. Membership required.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud sponsor of Minnesota Gopher Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
12:46 to go in this football game, fourth quarter, 34-3 Iowa on this blackout Saturday for the home team. A lot of fans still sticking around, a little chilly, but they're braving it to watch their team here, and they're excited. You got to remember that these are just simple farmers, people of the land, the common clay of the New West, you know, morons.
Simple farmers, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
2nd and 2 for Minnesota, or for Iowa against Minnesota.
You guys.
34-3. Let's go to Justin Gard with a sideline update.
Oh, now you throw it to me.
Okay, sure.
Hey, you guys collect yourself up there in the booth. I'll tell you, John Nestor needed a lot of help to get off of the field. Now it's kind of full team coverage in the tent. Pretty much every doctor that the Gophers has been in there at least a time or two. It's a left leg injury, and he kind of hopped his way off of the field as he's now being attended to in there.
Here's a handoff to Moulton. He's got a nice seam. Gets outside to the 40 and down to the no, they're going to put him at the 40. I thought maybe the 39. Baranowski tracked him down from behind in a nice pickup, and they're back into Minnesota territory here, leading 34-3.
Moulton doing a nice job of really following and using his blocks, patience, and then his linemen blocking downfield doing an excellent job. And he's, playing against those safeties and corners in the secondary. That's what a running back loves. That feel like it's a pretty even match. You actually feel like you got a little bit of an advantage with them in space.
Iowa up to 254 total yards now. Gill goes in motion, trips to the right. That's the wide side. Moulton, though, to the left. And that time a good job by Devin Williams. He's talking a little bit after he makes a hard tackle over there. Devin Williams continues his nice run. For him now, he is up to 7 tackles on the day.
7 tackles, and that one in the backfield, and that's exactly what we need. There's not been very many times we've been able to get Iowa behind the sticks, and to have them here 2nd down and 11, a little bit of an advantage here.
Now it's Xavier Williams in at running back. They really have 5 guys that have played this year through injuries and different things. McNeil, the freshman, starting to play a little more in recent weeks due to the injuries, and he's been good. Here's a handoff to Williams, and he is taking a hard detour to the right and dragged down by Anthony Smith. Good job by Williams, amongst others, just to force him into that gaggle of Gophers there. A gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and 9 as Minnesota trailing 34-3.
Well, this has been a situation, and right now the game's kind of out of hand where Gronowski has figured out a way to either, some type of play action to get the ball to backs on the short passes and the tight ends, or for him to keep the ball, Mike, and pick up the first down on his own.
I'm a little, I'll be honest, surprised he's still in there, given the fact he's been, missed time here this year. Had some leg issues in the Indiana game, and you're up by 31, but they want to make sure he stays sharp. He's going to throw here, and he's flush from the pocket, rolling right, waiting, and he just dumps it away, throws it to the Gopher sideline. Remember, Nestor is out. Good coverage there. McMillan in for him over there on the far side, and Gronowski had nowhere to go. So it's 4th and 9 at the 39. This will be a long field goal attempt from here. Let's see if they send the field goal unit on here. Drew Stevens definitely has a booming leg, 55 yards career high. He tried a 66-yarder last week against Penn State right before halftime. It got blocked and returned for a touchdown. Kirk Ferentz after the game saying he probably should not have asked him to try a 66-yard field goal in that position. And they are going to send the punt unit on here from the 39, not try the long, 39, trying to again do the math on the air here. That would have been a 56-yard field goal. Redding is deep here, high pooch kick, and it bounces at the 4. Oh, and it goes into the end zone. Lucky break there for the Gophers. TJ Hall was down there, but the ball caromed left to his right. It bounced at the 3 and then right into the end zone. Didn't take that big hop. So a little break for the Gophers. At this point, you'll take whatever you can get, and it's in a 34-3 game, and you get the football back at your own 20. Minnesota's -7 rushing yards for the day. That counts sacks. They've been sacked a couple of times, but they just have not had any push, which is a little disheartening given we thought that running game got back on track.
We did feel like our running game back on track. Good to see Darius last week, and people asked me, I think he's good. He's running full speed. Now it looks like he might be injured, or most likely has some type of injury, and offensive line might have, I don't know if taken a step backwards, but not able to get much momentum going forward today.
Yeah, and here, I'm not even sure what happened there. Handoff and just a swarm of Hawkeyes there. Ejeboy no gain on the play. I mean, credit about 7 different Iowa guys. We'll give it to Bryce Hawthorne. That's a Thompson blood right there.
That's the Thompson blood out of St. Louis, out of Osseo, and South Dakota, now here at the University of Iowa, doing a great job making a name for himself.
From their own 20, Minnesota's going to let the clock wind here. Down 34-3. They're going to use the old strategy. I think they're going to let the clock get down to 1 and take the timeout. You usually see that when you're leading, but I think they want to see this game maybe leak away and melt away as quickly as possible too. So there's the timeout with 1 on the play clock. 9:02 to go in the game, and we will keep it here. That gives us a chance to give you the events calendar, brought to you by M Health Fairview, home to the #1 hospital in the Twin Cities and 2 others in the top 10. That according to U.S. News and World Report. For top-tier care, visit mhealthfairview.org. Gopher volleyball returning to action on Wednesday. That is the next home match anyway, October 29th. That is against Illinois. Gopher men's hockey tonight. They take on Minnesota Duluth. You can hear that game on many of these Gopher Radio Network stations. You can also hear it on the Varsity Network app, the iHeart app, amongst others. That starts at 7 with the opening face-off, 6:30 pregame show. And women's hockey, next action for them. They're headed to Madison next week for battle against the Badgers in women's hockey. So the Gopher women, by the way, I'll try to find that score for you quick. Gopher women's hockey team played Duluth today. They won it last night against Duluth and today against Duluth. I don't see the score. We'll have to track it down. The normal source we go to with the stat broadcast doesn't have the Gopher women's hockey score. Here is 2nd and 10, and there is a near sack. Good job by Lindsay to get away from it. He throws, and it's just threw it away, and that was the aforementioned Bryce Hawthorne nearly getting a sack against his dad's old team.
Absolutely, and Bryce is having a great game himself. Comes this game with 7 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, and a interception, something rarely done by a defensive lineman.
Yeah, he got a tip ball right earlier this year.
Yeah.
3rd and 10, clock stopped now, 8:55 to play in the football game, 34-3. From the 20, snap back to Lindsay, looking left, fires left, has a man out there, caught by Brockington, and a first down out across the 30 to about the 34-yard line, hauls it in right in front of the Gopher bench and just a few yards away from the head coach P.J. Fleck, and that was a good strike there. And I guess now at this point, you know the game is out of hand. You just want to end with some decent,
you want to make some plays, and it's good to see Lemecki, the way he went off the field. We're concerned whether or not he's going to be playing next week, let alone today. So it's good to see that, and also a little bit of momentum for the offense.
Gopher women's hockey, our guy Mills Armbruster tells me 3-2 final. Gopher women beat the Bulldog women. Here's a throw, intercepted. That's picked off by Buffington over the middle. He's down the sideline to the 25 and then dragged out of bounds over there by Greg Johnson. 3rd interception of the day for Lindsay. There was contact on the receiver as the throw was headed that way, but the Hawkeyes again seemingly everywhere on the football field, and another short field now for Iowa at the 21-yard line.
Not very many teams do a better job of kind of sitting back in their zone, reading the quarterback's eyes and finding a way to be where the ball is thrown, and Iowa's done that for a long time with a lot of great defensive backs, many playing now in the NFL.
Yeah, they have a knack about them, don't they? They play field position. They punt there from the 40. Still, they give it to Iowa at the 20, but an interception now puts it at the 21. Or give it to Minnesota at the 20. Now Iowa has it at the 21. New quarterback in, Jeremy Hecklinski, Wake Forest transfer, and a redshirt freshman. So now they do put Gronowski on ice. Decent day for him, 12 of 19, 135 yards and a touchdown. His first Big Ten passing touchdown in his career. Toss sweep left. That is Jazz Patterson, and he's got a yard to the 20. Clock winding, 8 minutes even to go. Anthony Smith and Devin Williams on the stop. Gronowski also running the ball, 24 yards and a touchdown. He has scored a touchdown in every game this year. So they get a week off, Iowa does, and then they've got Oregon on this field in 2 weeks. And Oregon, of course, has Wisconsin tonight. What do you think, Oregon, the Ducks, and the Hawkeyes here?
I think it's going to be a really interesting and fun game, just the way that Iowa plays on defense, the way that Gronowski's run the ball, and the way they play. So it will be a fun game to watch, Mike.
Here's a quick hitting pass near side, and that ball is caught by K.J. Parker at about the 14-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 4. K.J. Parker's first catch of the year.
Yeah, it looks like we're playing a few of the people, the second team, Rashawn Lawrence, and a few others in along that defensive front for us with the Gophers as well.
Wide side to the right on 3rd and 3, 34-3. Minnesota trails it here. Here is Patterson right side, just behind that big offensive line, and barrels through a little bit of a gap, and he got to the 8-yard line for the first down. Baranowski hauls him in, and they'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and goal for Iowa. Baranowski's 10th tackle of the afternoon, but the Minnesota defense has been on the field a lot.
They've been on the field a lot, and that offensive line for Iowa has done a good job of getting the push, also making some seams and climbing up to that second level. So Baranowski there with the tackle, but Patterson, a nice piece of run and tucking in there behind your offensive lineman.
From the 8, 1st down. And this is Patterson left side. And he minnows his way down to about the 6-yard line behind that big offensive line. We mentioned it at the start. See if they've rotated a few of the backups in there. It looks like Dotzler is now in at left tackle. It looks like Jones is in at left guard. Those are backups now, and they're pushing that line of scrimmage up too. Lawrence and Williams combined on the stop there. George is the right guard, it looks like, for Iowa, just going down the line. And yes, Cannon Leonard is the right tackle. So this is entirely all backups up front now for Iowa. In motion, Seth Anderson. He is a starter. And the quarterback is Hecklinski. He turns up and dives for the touchdown on a keeper. His first score of the season. In fact, he's only had 1 pass attempt all year. He had been the number 3 quarterback most of the year, and gets in as the first guy off the bench at the signal caller position and has a rushing touchdown, and they've got 40 on the board here at Kinnick Stadium.
Really, really difficult to defend, you know, because you're trying to defend the hard play action that Iowa has. With the success they've had with Patterson on this drive alone, Mike, makes that difficult. You hand the ball, have success. They hustle back towards the line of scrimmage. Looks like he might pass the ball in the end zone. Then he dives in there for on with his own legs. So the third option on that play, which is one thing that is really, really difficult to defend.
Stevens' extra point kick is up, and it is good, and it's a 41-3 score. This, no one thought this. Now, Iowa was an 8-point favorite, so you knew things would have to go well for you. I saw this morning when I was watching it just briefly on ESPN Game Day. They have, what is it, the FPI, and they had 79% Minnesota or Iowa chance to win the game. 79%. 8-point game, all that, you know, 8-point spread. So it was going to be an uphill fight anyway, but I don't think we saw a 38-point, and who knows, there's still 5.5 minutes to go, but 41-3, I did not see this.
No, I didn't see this at all coming in this game, especially the way that we played the last couple of weeks, and particularly last week. I didn't think we were going to come and get, 8 or 9 sacks, but I felt we played better than this, and I felt like our run defense was better, the secondary was playing better, but a lot of things went wrong today, and just about everything that could go wrong went wrong, including right now, obviously, the 3 interceptions.
Yeah, punt return as well for a touchdown. You know, at Ohio State, it was a little more acceptable is not the right term, but predictable, right? Yeah. Ohio State was a 26 or so point.
Well, there was also less self-inflicted wounds against Ohio State. It was just kind of got manhandled a few times at Ohio State.
Yeah, the talent gap was evident in that night, and Minnesota, I should say, didn't have any penalties that night. Remember, very few. They didn't have any turnovers. Here, they've turned the ball over 3 times. They've had some penalties. They've had some miscues. And at Ohio State, when we had our moment to say, one of whatever it is, the Old Dominion best in game, we used the punter. But even the punting game wasn't great today. They had one blocked. They had a short one that was returned for a touchdown. So I'm not sure what we're going to use for the Old Dominion best in game here. But maybe the uniforms. I love the white look. White on white on white. That's the best.
It is sleek.
Yep, in game. Sponsored by Old Dominion Freight Line, working hard to be the best in the game and proud to support those striving to be the best in yours. Minnesota always has a strong uniform game, that's for sure. Today, no different. And now a new Gopher running back in there, and with the handoff is Xavier Ford. He's a freshman from Leesville, Louisiana, and that, I believe, is his first carry of the season. And he has a gain of about 3.
Yeah, it looked like he was a little bit off balance there, but able to, get his head up and pick up a few yards. Understandable. Probably a little cold, a little bit nervous going in and getting his first action there, but does pick up himself about 3 yards there on that play. Looks good.
5'10" freshman, 210 pounds. His first action has the handoff right side this time. Little sliver of space, and he barrels forward for a first down. The backup defenses in here for Iowa as well. Lindsey stays in, but good to see some guys, again, talking developmental program. You get to see Xavier Ford come in here. Buffington, by the way, on the stop, and it's a first down to the 36-yard line. 4.5 minutes to play in the game, but Xavier Ford looking good here on 2 carries, 11 yards.
He's looking good, and I know it's a little bit mop-up time, but it doesn't matter. It's where you build confidence and build your program for the next level. And who knows, he could be one of the running backs later on this year, and for sure, probably in the future.
Yeah, and remember, he's a true freshman, so it isn't like, well, what's wrong with this guy? The all-time leading rusher in Gopher history is Muhammad Ibrahim. He had no carries as a freshman. He was a scout team player, not 1 carry. And then the next 5 years, because he got the medical red shirt because of the Achilles, were something else. So
absolutely,
I'm not predicting that Xavier Ford's going to be that guy as he has a handoff and a gain of 5, but certainly if you're 8 games now into your freshman season and it's your first carry, that doesn't mean that you can't be a guy.
Nope, and it also means that maybe those carries don't matter towards this year anyway, because you could play for at least 4 games.
4 games, yeah. He will, I'm sure, undoubtedly hold the red shirt. Here's the handoff to Ford, and another gain of about 3 or 4 out to the 45, and it'll be 3rd and 1 for Minnesota. The starter's still in on the offensive line for Minnesota, trying to continue to maybe gain some late confidence. Like, just get out there and get a drive going, even if it's against the 2s, just to have a taste. We talked about Iowa off next week and Oregon in 2 weeks. Minnesota's got now an interesting matchup. Michigan State home Saturday 2:30 in a winnable game. Gophers will be favored in that game, but after today's game and the handoff to Ford and got the first down out across the 45 to about the 47, moved the sticks. Merriweather on the stop. That becomes an important game as Minnesota still needs at least 1 to get to bowl eligibility, and if you want to get to a nice warm climate in December, you better beat the Spartans, I suppose, next week.
Yeah, we'd like to get to a nice warm climate, Mike, so we can get out there in the warm weather and swim in the ocean.
You want to swim in the ocean, huh?
That was my line of the week.
You got to get your line in, huh?
Yeah,
that's what we should start. We got to get Daryl Thompson. Somebody's got to start giving him some lines. Here's the handoff to Ford right side. Steps out of 1 tackle and has a gain to midfield. A gain of about 2. Speaking of Michigan State, they play Michigan tonight in East Lansing. Spartans are 3-4. They're 14-point underdogs to the 25th ranked Wolverines of Michigan. That game will kick off in just about an hour from now.
Well, you might get a chance to watch it on the bus ride home.
And we come to the 2-minute warning. Yeah, you've got the long bus ride home. I'm going to hang out with some family here for a day or 2 and regroup as well. Have to listen now to some things.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be in Iowa. Yeah, you're going to have to hear some things. And they'll be feeding you plenty of bacon here. Bacon and sausage, your brother's.
Bacon and sausage and who knows what else. But I'll be looking forward to getting back to the great state of Minnesota later in the week. But you have a safe bus ride. We'll take a break right now as we're getting ready for the final 2 minutes of action. Make it 41-3. Iowa leading Minnesota. We're in the 4th, and this is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Minnesota Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Why do we say I'm into football? Because football's exciting. Like getting together with gridiron-loving friends, doing some pre-gaming, maybe firing up a charcoal grill, partaking in parking lot activities, followed by celebration dances and the hopes of cheering on a really big win. Just like playing the lottery. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
This is Mike Grimm. Are you in need of high-quality concrete for your project? Then look no further than AVR, your trusted concrete supplier. Whether it's a new driveway, a patio, or a parking lot, AVR has you covered. With the iconic red and white trucks delivering top product across the entire metro area. Visit avrconcrete.com. AVR, quality and service delivered. AVR, a McNamara company and a proud sponsor of Golden Gopher football.
Huntington is banking that just clicks. Like early pay. Moving up payday so you could get your money faster. Up to 2 days faster. And there's no cost. It's your money, right? So stop playing the waiting game. It's just one more way we're looking out for people every day. Hey, Twin Cities, is your bank looking out for you? Maybe it's time to switch. Visit your neighborhood Huntington branch or make the switch at huntington.com/yourmoney. Direct deposit and eligibility requirements apply.
Washington now in. Remember, he had a 100-yard game against Northwestern State. He's got the handoff, trying the right side. And again, we loved his footwork back then in September, and makes a nice little cutback and has a gain of 5 inside the 45 into Iowa territory. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Washington will come out, and back in is Ford.
Kind of hard to tell because Grant played in mop-up duty last time, played in mop-up duty this time, but I just feel like he has a little bounce to his step, and I'm kind of excited about his future, but also excited about the future of all the young running backs at the University of Minnesota.
Down to 90 seconds, 41-3, and is that a Floyd chant? I can't hear now. Here is a handoff to Ford, and short of the first down. He needed 2, and he got about 1.5 yards. And 1:15 to go. JG, I couldn't hear the chant. What were they saying?
I believe it was the garden variety "Let's Go Hawks."
Oh, just a generic.
Just the typical "Let's Go Hawks" thing, just to get a little energy here in the final 65 seconds.
They're simple people, Guardsy.
Farmers, but Floyd was shown on the Jumbotron, and he did get a nice ovation for sure.
4th and less than 1 yard here for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Clock under 1 minute to go. Something about this place, man, that the Gophers just, I mean, I know last time got the win, but boy, today was a haunted house as we approach Halloween. Handoff, and Ford dropped in the backfield. Lost 3. That was Ike Speltz, redshirt freshman from Van Meter, Iowa. Home of Bob Feller.
Slipped underneath the block, exploded in the backfield into the back, and that defensive line for Iowa, well taught.
Yep.
Fundamentally sound, playing on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage, in the offensive backfield.
The one kneel down, I would assume a kneel down here, and that will do it here. Hecklinski, the Wake Forest transfer, redshirt freshman, just 5'11", 188. And it will be indeed a simple kneel down from their own 44. And then PJ Fleck and Kirk Ferentz will have a handshake. And the student section is looking, as Guardsy said, forward to seeing Floyd of Rosedale, who will stay here in the state of Iowa for another year. Gophers will host Iowa next year up in Minneapolis. There's the handshake. PJ heading toward the locker room. We'll hear from the head coach with JG coming up in the postgame show, which is on the way. Stay with us. This is Golden Gopher football from Learfield.
And Minnesota has wrapped it up. Gopher football has been brought to you by Marsden, proud business partner of Gopher Athletics, and by M Health Fairview. M Health Fairview